Alrighty, welcome back. I know I've been on vacation for like 2 weeks. I was in Florida, and while I was there, I decided, you know what? This is gonna be the last one of this game. I didn't want there to be any issues, or I didn't want to keep doing this over and over again. I know people kind of moved on from this game, but having my work schedule and everything, the way my game has broken out has been a lot of parts. So this is actually, at least on YouTube, it's part 15. Which is kind of insane. So this is going to be the last one. Maybe I'll do an occasional shiny hunt or something, but other than that, I do want to show you, which I just mentioned to chat, for the first time in every generation of playing this game, have made a living dex. It was a pain in the butt, but I had the time. So I'm going to go through it, just quickly look, and I'll show you the 2 Pokemon I don't have, because of course I don't have 2 of them out of 400. But anyway, this is what it is. So a lot of these I got from trades, which I'm pretty happy, and my Meowsquirt's now level 96. So it's a little higher than it was before. All of Fuecoco's evolutions. Gotta be honest though, really kind of wish they stuck with the sombrero theme, because this looks like a balding old man with a bird on its face. I don't know if someone else has a different interpretation of this, but that's what I think. And then there's this disappointment. Quaxley is okay. Quaxwell's a little odd, but whatever. And then, what the hell is Quackval? It's like a super flamboyant dancer. But, alright, I mean, I get it, it's part of the culture, but I really wish they did this with a different Pokemon, not the starter. I don't know why. For me, it just doesn't... It just seems odd, I guess. Of course, we have Lechonks, Oinkalone, Boy and Girl. Of course, oh, actually, my thing's not loading. I'm sorry. There's Boy, and there's Girl. And then we have, of course, good old Roundy Boy, Tarantula, and Spidops, of course. Nimble, and Low Kicks. I'm not going to go through every single one of these, but you get the idea. I have as many forms as I could get for a lot of these. There are 2 forms I don't have left, and I'm still trying to get, and then there's 2 Pokemon I don't have. So we're gonna look at that right now, because as you can see, I've been kind of busy getting everything, and I actually do have the 3 and 4 version of Mousehold. Apparently this was hard to get. I don't know, I found a couple of them, but I'll take it. And then as we go on, we see everybody else. All the fun forms, all the Oricorios, can't forget those. All the Squawkabillies, all 4 different colors of them. The white, yellow, blue, and green. And we still got all... Oops, sorry. And then, of course, this one was a pain in the butt. All the Flabebe lines. So we have the red Flabebe, Florges, the orange, the yellow, blue, and white. Which, by the way, unless I'm crazy, I don't remember there being a white one. Maybe this is not new and I'm just not remembering this right, but I really don't remember there being a white one. But whatever. Either way, we got regular Diglets, we got Torkoals, Nummels, Bronzor, Axew, Annihilate, that was a fun one to get. Metatite, Charcadet. My Armarouge is level 100 now. This thing has been a tank in so many raids. I can't tell you that. I can't tell you enough how much I am so happy I have this thing. And then I have this thing, which I really wish I could use this, but I don't really feel like raising it from 13. And then we have Barboach and Wishcash. All the dragons, all the evolutions lined up in what I'm assuming is the correct order. Here's the first one that I don't have. If you couldn't have guessed by my current party, I don't have 3-segment Dunsparce. So I'm trying to get that, so I just keep catching Dunsparce and then evolving them. I mean, it worked out for Mousehold, or Tandemaus to Mousehold, so maybe it'll work out for Dunsparce. As far as I can tell, there's no special way to get it, but whatever. Then I have all 4 seasons for Deerling and Sawsbuck. Summer, spring, winter, and autumn. Giraffe rig for Agarif. Nothing crazy there. I got all 3 Tauros. The base one, the leader from Scarlet and the leader from Violet. Oh, speaking of weird Pokemon, I caught a Zoroark by accident because I didn't realize that it was there because it uses its ability to hide. But in doing that, I realized I probably could have caught a Zorua, like, immediately because Zorua was all over the place, but it was just hidden. So I never really realized that, and then I had to, you know, go looking for one. And then I said, you know, I'll just make an egg, because why not make an egg? And then we got, of course, male and female Pyroars with the little boy, yes, of course. And then the other secret form I don't have, which I don't know if I'm actually going to look for this one, because it's going to be a pain, is the real Sinistea. The special cup or whatever it is. I know it's got a authentic. That's what it is. Authentic Sinistea. It gets a cup or a sticker. And technically, if I really want to do this, then I have to get two, because I need one for Sinistea, and then I need one for Poltegeist. The problem is I don't know how to really check this. I know you're supposed to find a sticker on the bottom, but I can't like move it around. Unless I'm being dumb. Is there a way to move this? I don't know. My Pokédex doesn't show it. And then I have male and female Indeedee. And then comes the worst Pokemon in this game. This stupid Rabsca. I cannot tell you how long I tried to evolve Rellor. And it's not because I didn't know how to evolve it. I did, not joking, probably 100 laps walking around with this thing. Of like Los Platos or other cities. It just would not evolve. I don't know if the game wasn't tracking the steps, but yeah, I couldn't get it. It wasn't working. It was pissing me off. And it finally evolved. And I was like, thank God, I don't have to do this anymore. And I'm never going to use it. It's going to sit in the box forever, but I don't care. Now we come to the first placeholder, unfortunately, Scizor. I do not have a Scizor, and I think I can get one in a raid den or whatever we're calling them, but as of right now I don't have one. And it kind of stinks, so I have a placeholder for a Scyther. Oh well. And I didn't evolve these, I caught these two, but I guess Flittle evolves into a Spartha, which is a really weird, actually it's a Spathra, there you go, Spathra, or Spathra. If this is the case, that's a really strange evolution from this flying old thing to an ostrich, but you know what? We'll take it. So now we have Hippopotas female, and then, of course, we got Hippowdon female, the black one, and then the Hippowdon male to the Hippowdon... Oh, wait. Hippopotas male to Hippowdon male, which is then, of course, the regular one. And then, of course, we go through the rest of them. I got all the version exclusives that I could get, which was Bagon, and saw before, Tinkatank, and my Tinkaton kind of fell off, not gonna lie. I still love this Pokemon, it's ridiculous, and it's great, but in terms of all of the raids and everything, I just can't use it. It's not very good in raids, and that's mainly because I haven't done any like competitive training. So that's always a pain in the butt. But I have beaten a couple of 6-star raids, not with you, but it took a while, but I did it. So I think I can do the Cinderace one that comes out again in a few days or something. Because I missed it the first time because I didn't have a chance to do it. Either way, so I have Hatterene, all the Impidimps. Wiggles again. Never really thought he was gonna be good in a raid. She just gets annihilated by everything. It's glass cannon, whatever. So then the other one I don't have, oddly enough, is Palafin, which is the weird one that you have to evolve playing in the Union Circle. And lo and behold, I can't connect with anybody right now. It's been a pain in the butt trying to get through with this, so I've been looking online, trying to get it to work. But Palafin and Scizor are the two Pokemon I don't have. And then as far as the forms, it's Dunsparce 3 segment, and then the Sinistea legitimate form, whatever it is. We got Revavroom, also a very strange Pokemon, but I mean, they wanted an engine, I guess. We have ice cream cones and trash, so why not a car? Or an engine, specifically. And we got the Dreepy lines. I totally forgot. I get that this is a Gen 8 Pokemon. I forgot this thing evolves at level 60. That is so unnecessarily high. I was like, oh, this is going to be fun. And I have all the forms of Rotom, including the base form. So I was pretty happy about that. I almost forgot about it. I was like, oh, wait, there's another one. Passimian and all the Larvatars. Still love this little guy. Look at this. Look at this thing. How can you not love this Pokemon? It's just adorable. Look at that face. We got Eskew and Stonejourner. Palossand. Palossand was the only Pokemon, unless I missed this fight throughout the game. I did not ever see a Palossand in this game until I made one. And that was a couple of days ago, not even, when I was on vacation. I went to the whole game, found as many trainers. I never found one. It was so strange to me. And then this monstrosity. I caught this thing in a raid, and you know what? I hate it, because all it did was use yawn. It just yawned me the whole time. It was such a pain. But I was like, oh, you're a pain in the butt. And it was like a 5-star raid. It wasn't even a 6 or 7-star raid. So I was losing my mind trying to beat this thing. I was like, oh, this thing is a pain in the ass. But I got it, and it's one less trade evolution I have to do. So we have West and East Coast Shellos, along with their Gastrodons. And then we have Skrelp and Clauncher. Always fun things to have. And then Tynamo, Electric, Electric, and Electros. I will say, I think this is my raid one, right? I got this in a raid. This thing was pretty strong. I was pretty happy. Actually, when Gen 5 came out, I mean, I was a little iffy on Gen 5, but when I saw this Pokemon originally, I was like, this Pokemon's cool. I like this one. But yeah, no, he was up there on one of my at least more interesting looking Gen 5 Pokemon. Of course, we have the regular dragons, Snom and Frostmoth, all the fun ones. This is another weird evolution, King Gambit. I don't know how anyone figured this out, because in what world would you actually just take a Bisharp and start killing other Bisharps by Pawniards? Who was like, yes, this is what has to be done? I don't know how people figured that out. I really don't. But whatever. Dino, Hydreigon, and Zweilous. My Hydreigon is what was the first 6-star raid that I beat, and oh my god, this thing was a pain in the ass. But I beat it, and it was fun. Palooza, Dondozo, and then all the Tatsugiris. And then, of course, I have all the Paradox Pokemon. Great Tusk, Screamtail, Brute Bonnet, Fluttermane, Slitherwing, Sandy Shocks, Iron Treads, Iron Bundle, Iron Hands, Iron Jugulis, Iron Moth, Iron Thorns, and then Frigibax, Artibax, and Baxcalibur. I mean, I like the name, but I don't understand the like leaves or whatever on their hands. They get those, like, they have regular claws, but why do they have like colorful leaves on them? They're ice types. I don't get it. Maybe I'm missing something on what kind of animal it is, but whatever. Gimmighoul and Goldengo. I really kind of want to try and get one that I can use, but as of right now, I'm really not that. I mean, it's got a cool ability, but I'm really not like super impressed with this Pokemon. Then of course we have Wo-Chien, Chien-Pao, Ting-Lu, Chi-Yu, Roaring Moon, and Iron Valiant. And as you can see, there is a blank spot here because this was my Koraidon, which I traded for a Miraidon. And I technically don't count this as a miss because I have a Koraidon in my party at all times, so I'm not really worried. And then of course I have Charmander, Charmeleon, Charizard. So they don't have any dex numbers because technically they're not supposed to be in the, or they're not in the dex because they were just added afterward. And then there is a Cinderace event going on. They already did it once, so I could probably get an egg for one, but I didn't really count that because it doesn't lead me towards the Pokédex. And then I have a lot of leftovers for Pokemon, blah, blah, blah. There is one, or there was one other thing I wanted to show you guys. I got a bunch of extra shinies from last time. I have my Spidops, of course, which you guys have already seen. My beautiful Hoppip, green. And my Drowsy, the pink one that I caught at the end. I did, however, trade my extra shiny Spidops for a shiny Floatzel, which was nice, because I actually never owned a shiny Floatzel, so that was a different one. And then I ran into this thing by accident. I was in the treetop thicket, or whatever that area is called, and I just saw a pink thing run past me. I'm like, what the hell was that? I'm like, oh, it's Oinkalong. It's a very strange Pokemon. And then I also caught this Palmot, which has great stats. It's so good, but I don't know how to use it because it's a flying Terra type. I know I could change the Terra type, but I just haven't yet. But I don't want to get rid of it, so I'm keeping it in here. But yeah, that's my living dex for now. I'm missing a couple. I'll make it happen, but I'm not going to do that on video. The other thing I wanted to do right now, at least to keep it going, because I did this trend the entire time, is read the Pokédex entries. However, because I'm me, I didn't keep track of which ones I actually already did. So, it's going to be interesting, but I am going to go through every single one that I do have. And the only Pokemon I haven't seen yet is Palafin, because I don't believe there's a battling Palafin in this game. I think you just have to get it through the Union Circle, but we'll see. Either way, I'm going to go through every single one that I have, and then we'll try and get Dun Sparse 3-segment form. That's pretty much all I can do. I didn't want to leave anything. I mean, I guess I could do the classes, but it's just kind of like tutorial stuff. But I didn't really want to leave it without doing that, because I have been doing it the whole time, and I thought it would be a nice way to end it. So we're going to go through all 400 of these. Oh boy. Alrighty. Or there actually might be more of them, because I don't know if each form has a different one, but we'll see. So Sprigatito, grass cat Pokemon. Its fluffy fur is similar in composition to plants. This Pokemon frequently washes its face to keep it from drying out. Very nice. My grass weed cat starter. Oh yes, do you like my Christmas gift? It's a Grogu Christmas cup that my mom was like, oh, I thought you'd like it. I was like, sure, why not? Alright, next. Florigato, grass cat Pokemon. Florigato deftly wields the vine hidden beneath its long fur, slamming the hard flower bud against its opponents. I love how I thought this was a yo-yo. It makes more sense. Meowscarada, magician Pokemon. This Pokemon uses the reflective fur lining its cape to camouflage the stem of its flower, creating the illusion that the flower is floating. Nice. Fuecoco, and of course we have Japan. Oh yeah, anyone want to read the Japanese one? Because I can't. The Fire Croc Pokemon. It lies on warm rocks and uses the heat absorbed by its square-shaped scales to create fire energy. It really... The thing on its chest just looks like a piece of American cheese. It always makes me laugh. Crocalor. The Fire Croc Pokemon as well. The combination of Crocalor's fire energy and the overflowing vitality has caused an egg-shaped fireball to appear on the Pokemon's head. I now understand more that it's not... I mean, it looks like a sombrero, but it's really supposed to be an egg with a nest. Which is why Skeledirge has a baby bird on its face. Okay. Singer Pokemon. The fiery bird changes shape when Skeledirge sings. Rumor has it that the bird was born when the fireball on Skeledirge's head gained a soul. Damn. Quaxley, the duckling Pokemon. This Pokemon migrated to Paldea from distant lands long ago. The gel secreted by its feathers repels water and grime. Quaxwell, the practicing Pokemon. These Pokemon constantly run through shallow waters to train their legs, then compete with each other to see which of them kicks most gracefully. I really would have thought this thing would have been the fighting type, like this stage of it, not just the next one, because it's literally it looks like a karate gi, but whatever. Quaquaval, the dancer Pokemon. A single kick from Quaquaval can send a truck rolling. This Pokemon uses its powerful legs to perform striking dances from far-off lands. Sure it does. Lechonk, the hog Pokemon. It searches for food all day. It possesses a keen sense of smell, but doesn't use it for anything other than foraging. Oinkalone, hog Pokemon. This Pokemon sends a flower-like scent wafting about. Well-developed muscles in its legs allow it to leap more than 16 feet with no trouble at all. Holy crap, this thing is got a 16-foot leaping. I actually don't remember that. Okay, and that's the other female. Oh, the male one. Oh my god, all the forms do have their own things. I don't have a shiny male one, so I'm kind of surprised that it shows me the shiny male, but I'll take it. Oinkalone is proud of its fine, glossy skin. It emits a concentrated scent from the tip of its tail. I'm sure I'll take your pinkness. Alright then. Next, Tarantula. Actually, where's your shiny? Yes, because I know I caught a shiny Tarantula. The ball of threads wrapped around its body is elastic enough to deflect the scythes of Scyther. This Pokemon's a natural enemy. I really wanted to use Tarantula. I really did. I liked using Orbeetle in Gen 8. But then... And you actually have a really good shiny. I really like your shiny. But then you had to go and just be pure bug type. I could, and you're also one of the slowest Pokemon. I know you have the Spiderweb Protect ability that slows things down, but Spidops, the trap Pokemon, it clings to branches and ceilings using its threads and moves without a sound. It takes out its prey before the prey even notices. Well, you know what? I'd be shocked to see that considering how slow you are, Spidops. But here's his pink body. What up? I still like this one so much more. Look at this shiny. It's so good. It actually is a really good shiny. Alright. Anyway, moving on. Nimble, the grasshopper Pokemon. It has its third set of legs folded up. When it's in its tough spot, this Pokemon jumps over 30 feet using the strength of its legs. I mean, I like it, but it's not my favorite. Low kicks is an interesting concept, but I really thought this was going to be a fighting bug, not a dark bug. When it decides to fight all out, it stands on its previously folded legs to enter showdown mode. It neutralizes its enemies in short order. Okay. Little man, little fighting robot. Pew pew pew. Hoppip, the cottonweed Pokemon. This Pokemon is blown across vast distances by the wind. It is unclear where the Hoppip of Paldea originally came from. Pretty sure it's from Johto, but we'll let you get away with that one, I guess. Oh, I never evolved my Hoppip, did I? I guess I could do that. I'll just add that to my party and evolve it to Jumpluff. Skiploom, cottonweed Pokemon. Skiploom enthusiasts can apparently tell where Skiploom was born by the scent drifting from the flower on its head. They're just shoving their noses up there, huh? To each their own, I guess. Alright, next. Jumpluff, the cottonweed Pokemon. Jumpluff travels on seasonal winds. Once its cotton spores run out, its journey ends, as does its oh god, it dies. Oh, I'm so sorry, Jumpluff. Oh, now I get it. Now as we go on, we're getting into the sad Pokédex entries. Oh god. Fletchling, the tiny robin Pokemon. This Pokemon is normally calm, but once it enters battle, its hormonal balance changes and it becomes aggressive. I liked Fletchling's evolution line when it came out in Gen 6. It was actually a really good addition, I think. Especially fire flying that early in the game. It was very... I mean, yeah, it was normal flying when it's a Fletchling, but you know what I mean. Fletchinder, the Ember Pokemon. Fletchinder scatters embers in tall grass where bug Pokemon might be hiding, and then catches them as they leap out. I mean, that's a good strategy. Just set your house on fire, and everybody runs out and get them when they come out. Oh, God. And then we have Talonflame, the Scorching Pokemon. It has top-notch flying capabilities. It flies around easily, even while carrying prey that weighs more than 220 pounds. Damn. That's like 4 times the weight of itself. Good for you. Palmy, the mouse Pokemon. It has underdeveloped electric sacs on its cheeks. These sacs can produce electricity only if Pawmi rubs them furiously with the pads on its forepaws. Okay. Pawmo, the mouse Pokemon. When its group is attacked, Pawmo is the first to leap into battle, defeating enemies with a fighting technique that utilizes electric shocks. I kind of wish he had like its own signature move, I guess. I know that it has Revival Blessing, but I mean like kind of like how what is it? Galarian Zapdos has that fighting move that can paralyze you or something, or the other way around. I don't remember how it works exactly, but that like this is a pretty it's the first electric fighting type. I thought it was a pretty interesting thing to use, but either way, the fighting. Okay. Pawmot, or Pawmo, I don't know how you're supposed to say this, I'm just going to go Pawmot to distinguish it. Hands-on Pokemon. This Pokemon normally is slow to react, but once it enters battle, it will strike down its enemies with lightning-fast movements. I'll also say, my Pawmot was a goddamn champion in terms of rating. He's also level 100 now. This thing is so damn good for me. Houndour, the dark Pokemon. It is smart enough to hunt in packs. It uses a variety of cries for communicating with others. I do like Houndour. Houndoom's a really good Pokemon too. Just a good classic Johto one. Houndoom, the dark Pokemon. If you are burned by its flames, it shoots from its mouth. The pain will never go away. Isn't that the old Pokédex entry too? Because that one was always so violent. I remember that one. Yungoos, the loitering Pokemon. Its stomach fills most of its torso. It wanders the same path every day, searching for fresh food. And then Gumshoes, the stakeout Pokemon, or I should say Slash the Trump Pokemon. Once it finds signs of prey, it will patiently stake out the location, waiting until the sun goes down. I remember when this Pokemon came out, I thought it was a joke when I saw the picture of Trump versus Gumshoes, and I was like, this is not a real Pokemon. And sure enough, I was like, that's a pretty funny thing, and I still love that comparison. I will never not call this thing Trump. Squovit, the cheeky Pokemon. It stores berries in its cheeks. When there are no berries to be found, Squovit will stuff pebbles in its cheeks to stave off its cravings. Squovit, I think you have an addiction, kind of like a nicotine thing. You should get like one, like a berry patch or something. Might help you a little bit. Greedent, the greedy Pokemon. If it spots a berry tree, it will immediately go to gather berries without a sideways glance, even if it's in the middle of a battle. This thing is... Hold on a second. This thing only weighs 13 pounds? Why does it look like it's so fat? Good for you, Greedent, for showing that off, I guess. Sunkern, the seed Pokemon. It suddenly falls out of the sky in the morning. Knowing it's weak, it simply feeds until it evolves. I mean, as long as it knows its existence is terrible. Sunflora, the sun Pokemon. In the daytime, it rushes about in a hectic manner, but it comes to a complete stop when the sun sets. I guess that makes sense. It is a sunflower. Kricketot, the cricket Pokemon. Its legs are short whenever it stumbles. Its stiff antennae clack with a xylophone-like sound. Always fun. And of course, you can't forget the best cry. Whoever came up with that, good job. It's such a good one. Cricket Pokemon. By allowing its cry to resonate in the hollow of its belly, it produces a captivating sound. I can't believe this thing's 56 pounds. That's pretty damn heavy. Scatterbug, the Scatterdust Pokemon. Any poison this Pokemon takes in it is... Oh my god, that was really bad. Any poison this Pokemon takes in is converted into a black powder and secreted. That's why Scatterbug can eat poisonous leaves and roots. By the way, if you play Pokemon Go, and you happen to be watching this video, for the love of God, if you are Ocean or Sandstorm, I need your help. Because the only two that I don't have. I have all the other ones. I don't have Ocean and Sandstorm, Scatterbugs. But please, send me your friend codes. Alright, I'll put mine in the description of the video. Spupa, Scatterdust Pokemon. If Rufflet attacks this Pokemon by pecking at it, it will retaliate with its sharp fur and poisonous black powder. That seems so violent for such an adorable looking Pokemon, not gonna lie. Oh well. And then of course, Vivillon, the scale Pokemon, fancy pattern. Wait, what? How did I see another one? Hold on, I'll come back. The pattern on this Pokemon depend on the climate and topography of the land it was born in. This form is from a mysterious land. And then this form is from frigid lands. I thought you couldn't get the other forms of Avilion. Why do I have another one in my Pokédex? How did I see another one? I'm confused, but okay. I'll take it, I guess. I mean, I don't own it, but it's nice to be in the Pokédex at least. Alright, Combee, the tiny bee Pokemon. At night, Combee sleep in a group of about 100, packed closely together in a lump. And of course, you're the male one. So then here's the female one, with a triangle on its face. Nice. Alright, next we have Vespa. I like to say Vespiquen, but I guess it's Vespiquen because there's not the second E, but whatever. Beehive Pokemon. It houses its colony in cells in its body and releases various pheromones to make those grubs do its bidding. I really wish instead of grubs it said scrubs, but I know that it just would have been better. Alright, next. Rookidee, the tiny bird Pokemon. This Pokemon is brave and reckless. The white markings around Rookidee's eyes intimidate faint-hearted Pokemon. It is really odd that the eyes are the red part and the white is just kind of on its feathers, but I guess that's what they're going for. Corvisquire, the raven Pokemon. It is said that the reason behind Corvisquire's high level of intelligence is the large size of its brain relative to those of other bird Pokemon. And then, of course, Corviknight, the raven Pokemon. Corviknight can't serve as a taxi service in Paldea because the Pokemon's natural predators will attack it while it flies, endangering the customer. Oh my god, I love it. I love that that is part of its Pokédex entry now. Happiny, the Playhouse Pokemon. It carries a round white rock in its belly pouch. If it gets along well with someone, it will sometimes give that person the rock. Will you pass me the rock, Happiny? Chansey, the egg Pokemon. This kindly Pokemon lays highly nutritious eggs and shares them with injured Pokemon or people. Please don't eat Chansey eggs. That would be really strange if I'm just like, bloop, here you go. And yes, I understand that's how regular eggs are made, but they're not in a pouch in the front. You're like, oh, well, I'm just going to take this out and throw it at you. Whatever. And then, of course, we have Japanese Blissey, if anyone wants that. Blissey, the happiness Pokemon. Anyone who takes even one taste of Blissey's egg becomes unfailingly caring and pleasant to everyone. Again, they're just trying to make you eat the Pokemon. I think they're dead. Okay, we're just going to move on. Azurill, the polka dot Pokemon. Polka dot Pokemon? It has 2 dots on its cheek. That makes it a whatever. Its tail bounces like a rubber ball. It flings that tail around to fight opponents bigger than itself. I mean, it should. I think it learns Aqua Tail at some point. But maybe only Marill does. I don't remember. Marill, the Aqua Mouse Pokemon, or Pika Blue. The fur on its body naturally repels water. It can stay dry even when it plays in the water. It's hydrophobic. Nice. Azumarill, Aqua Rabbit Pokemon. Its long ears are superb sensors. It can distinguish the movements of things in water and tell what they are. Also, an amazing raid Pokemon right now is a fairy type Azumarill with huge power. This thing just doesn't go down. I love it. So strong. Alright. Surskit, the Pond Skater Pokemon. They usually live on ponds, but after an evening shower, they may appear on puddles in towns. I can't tell you when I played Gen 3 how long I spent on the route after, not Little Route, the one right after that. I guess it's Route 2, whatever, because there's Little Route, you go up and you find that first town and you can't go left because there's footprints. So once you can go past there, I spent so long when I first played this generation trying to get a Surskit because I found one and I was so confused. I'm like, what the hell was that thing? Oh man, but Surskit was cool, and then I realized it's not great. Masquerain, the eyeball Pokemon. It flaps its 4 wings to hover and fly freely in any direction, to and fro and sideways. Still so, I guess that's why it's called the eyeball, because of the things on its head, But how are the things that are supposed to be feet wings? Wouldn't it make more sense as the whatever. It's nature. I'll never understand it. Buizel, the sea weasel Pokemon. It spins its two tails like a screw to propel itself through water. The tails also slice clinging seaweed. Every propeller needs something like that. Oh, we have, of course, the Spanish European one, and then we have regular one. Sea weasel Pokemon. While its flotation sac inflated, it can carry. With its flotation sac inflated, it can carry people on its back. It deflates the sac before it dives. And then, of course, shiny Floatzel. Wooper, Paldean form. See, I saw this. Can you get regular Wooper then? And I just didn't realize that. Hold on. Because why else would it say Paldean? Hold on. No! Wait, you can? Oh, no! Oh, no. Seriously? Hold on a second. I didn't realize that. You can get one? Hold on. So where is it? This doesn't help me at all. So I need to get a Paldean Wooper. And then I have to go to Cascarafa, and then there's a lady who will trade me one. Okay, so we have to keep that in mind as well. That is news to me, though, and I feel real dumb that I didn't realize that. But then again, I haven't read through all these, so I wouldn't have realized that. Wooper, poison fish Pokemon, Paldean form. After losing its territorial struggle, Wooper began living on land. The Pokemon changed over time, developing a poisonous film to protect its body. Clodsire, the spiny fish Pokemon. When attacked, this Pokemon will retaliate by sticking thick spines out of its body. It's a risky move that puts everything on the line. It's gonna bother me. I'm gonna go get that Wooper right now. Damn it. Alright, let's look at Clodsire. I'm not gonna forget that. Okay, so I need to have a Paldean Wooper. I think I have one in here somewhere. Nope. Let me go back to box. Was it this one? No, I don't have one. I must go find one. Oh, but that means I have to take out another Pokemon. Because I'm not fighting with Dunsparce. Cat, come here. Okay. And then, you go first. And I know where to catch Wooper. Find one by this water over here. I know, I'm putting off what I said I was going to do, but you know what? There's a Pokemon I don't have. Oh, that means I gotta move all of them again. Ah, screw it. It's fine, I'll move it. I need Wooper. Wooper. Now, can you make... I hope you can make eggs with this thing. Oh, boy. This might be a problem. But we'll see. Right, where's Wooper? I know you're here. He's on the path. I see you. Wooper. Hello, sir. Honestly, I could use a level ball. I haven't really used most of these weird balls. You know what? I will use a level ball. Why not? Oh, look, I caught it. Yes. Level ball Wooper. Nice. Oh man, I only got one experience. Poop. Yes, you've been added to my party. Okay. So now I have to go to Cascarafa, which I think is over here, right? Oh no, it's this one. No, oh, Cascarafa is the water gym. No, that's Levincia. What the hell's Cascarafa? Oh god, I don't know any of the names of the towns. Ooh. I mean, it's right there. No one saw that. It's okay. Alright, so now I have to find a lady who wants to trade me a Wooper. For a Wooper. Gotta get me a Wooper. Let's go. Alright, where are you, lady? You're supposed to be here somewhere. Nope. Nope. Oh. Yeah, the... Oh, is it you? Do you want... Yes. Is it true that Woopers in Paldea are venomous? I have a blue Wooper I caught in another region. Want to trade it? Yes, please. Give me your Wooper. Oh, this one has Poison Point. Mine didn't have Poison Point, I don't think. That Wooper's got a dark color. You sure you're okay to trade? Yes, give me a Wooper. Bam, bam, bam. My lovable Wooper. Sending Wooper to Sue. Goodbye, Wooper. You've been a good boy. Hey, there he is. It's Jodo Wooper. Manchester. Oh, come on. That's pretty funny. Wow, it really does have the poison type. That's so cool. The blue Wooper's neat too, so make sure you give it lots of attention. Oh, it has a rare candy. So, is it an issue? Can I not make a baby of this? This is not gonna work. Hold on. Yes, I already got it, but can I make a baby and not get Pooper? Oh, good. Oh, see, that's why I needed to double check that. If I breed it without it holding a specific item, it won't turn into Pooper. It'll be what's it called? I don't even remember what I'm trying to say. It'll turn into Paldean Wooper. Oh, but this time it's gonna turn into Quagsire. Look at him! Look at that dumb face. Yeah, Manchester. Yes. Turn into my boy! My boy! So this doesn't go in the Pokédex, huh? Or does it? Oh, no, it doesn't. Wow. Weird. So they just put this in the game, huh? Because everything else has a number, right? Where do I see their number? I guess I have to be in the box to look at the numbers. Oh yeah, he doesn't get a number. Interesting. Oh, you're just not great. I mean, you have great stats, but you have a terrible nature. Actually, no, that's not. What am I talking about? Quagsire wasn't outspeeding anyway, so that's actually not the worst. And it also has water absorb, but who's going to use water on water Pokemon? I'll take it. It's another Pokemon for the box. Or I guess I need two because I have to make another one now. Damn it! It's going to screw up my whole list. Oh well. Anyway, so now that we've gotten that over with, let's go back to Wooper. Alright. That's a nice touch though, I like it. So what is Jotonian Wooper? Oh, he's not even in the Pokédex! Why do you write Paldean forms, you jerks? Ah, that's annoying. Alright, well. Anywho, moving on. Now that we've wasted that much time. Psyduck, the duck Pokemon. It is constantly racked by a headache. When the headache turns intense, it begins using mysterious powers. Golduck. When it swims at full speed using its long webbed limbs, its forehead somehow begins to glow. Still such a missed opportunity to not make this. Sorry. A water psychic type. I don't understand how this is not a psychic type, but whatever. Choodle, the snapping Pokemon. Its large front tooth is still growing in. When the tooth itches, this Pokemon will bite another Choodle's horn, and the two Pokemon will tussle. What a creep. Biting people's heads. Dreadnought, the bite Pokemon. Its massive, jagged teeth can crush a boulder in a single bite. This Pokemon has an extremely vicious disposition. I do like this Pokemon. Especially its Dynamax one. Looks pretty cool. Igglybuff, the balloon Pokemon. Its body has a faintly sweet scent and it's bouncy and soft. If it bounces even once, it can't stop. So you're dead, Igglybuff, if I drop you, ever. Okay, keep that in mind. Jigglypuff, the balloon Pokemon. When its huge eyes waver, it sings a mysteriously soothing melody that lulls its enemies to sleep. Wigglytuff, the balloon Pokemon. It has a very fine fur. Take care not to make it angry, or may inflate steadily and hit with a body slam. Okay. Tell everybody not to piss off Wigglytuff. Ralts, the feeling Pokemon. The horns on its head provide a strong power that enables it to sense people's emotions. Okay. Curlia, the emotion Pokemon. It has a psychic power that enables it to distort the space around it and see into the future. Gardevoir, the embrace Pokemon, or the horny Pokemon as most people on the internet like to refer to it. To protect its trainer, it will expend all its psychic power to create a small black hole. Okay. Gallade, the blade Pokemon. When trying to protect someone, it extends its elbows as if they were swords and fights savagely. Wait, it extends its elbows? Why won't it use its hands? Oh, interesting Pokemon. Drowsy, the hypnosis Pokemon. It remembers every dream it eats. It rarely eats the dreams of adults because children's are much tastier. Wow. Is that why they made it pink? So that it can creepily get up to kids and be like, hey, hey. Hypno, the hypnosis Pokemon. When it locks eyes with an enemy, it will use a mix of Psy moves such as hypnosis and confusion. You know what? That's actually a pretty normal one. I'll take it. Ghastly, the gas Pokemon. It wraps its opponent in a gas-like body, slowly weakening its prey by poisoning it through the skin. Nice. Haunter, the gas Pokemon, in Japanese Haunter. It likes to lurk in the dark and tap shoulders with a gaseous hand. Its touch causes endless shuddering. If you ever saw the original anime of Pokemon, they kill Ash in an episode and they make him go around with Ghastly and Haunter. It's pretty creepy, but it's a good episode. And then of course, Japanese Gengar. Gengar, Shadow Pokemon. To steal the life of its target, it slips into the prey's shadow and silently waits for an opportunity. Silent assassin, I like it. Tandemaus, the couple Pokemon. Exhibiting great teamwork, they use their incisors to cut pieces out of any material that might be useful for a nest, then make off with them. You little thieves. Family Pokemon. Family of 3. They build huge nests with many rooms that are used for different purposes, such as eating and sleeping. Family of 4. The two little ones just appeared one day. The group might be a family of related Pokemon, but nobody knows for sure. I do like that little touch where they just add a little bit of difference between some of the Pokédex entries. Pichu, the tiny mouse Pokemon. It is unskilled at storing electric power. Any kind of shock causes it to discharge energy spontaneously. Basically, it just hurts itself. What a douche. Pikachu, the mouse Pokemon. When it's angered, it immediately discharges the energy stored in its pouch and its cheeks. Why do I have... Oh, because it has an actual gender difference. Okay, I was going to say. Nice. I really don't like the heart tail. I never have. Ever since they introduced it, I think it was, what, Gen 4? I don't know, I've always liked the straight and pointy tail. So, oh well. Raichu, the mouse, same thing with you. Why did they cut the nub off? They cut the nub off at the end of your tail. It stinks. Its tail discharges electricity into the ground, protecting it from getting shocked. Fido, the puppy Pokemon. This Pokemon is smooth and moist to the touch. Yeast in Fido's breath induces fermentation in the Pokemon's vicinity. Dachshund, the dog Pokemon. The pleasant aroma that emanates from this Pokemon's body helps wheat grow, so Dachshund has been treasured by farming villages. I gotta admit, this is a pretty clever looking Pokemon. It's just a toasted bun, basically. Slackoth, you little jerk. How long it took me to find you. It says you can find it in trees very rarely. Well, it's not rare. It's impossible to find, because I made an egg eventually, because I was like, this is stupid. I can't find this thing. It sleeps for 20 hours every day, making drowsy those that see it is one of its abilities. I can't tell you how long I looked for this thing. I was like, I give up. I really can't. This is too much. Vigoroth, the wild monkey Pokemon. Its stress level rises if it cannot keep moving constantly. Too much stress makes it feel sick. Kind of reminds me of Primeape, except he goes all out and kind of just dies. Slacking, the lazy Pokemon. It is the world's most slothful Pokemon. However, it can exert horrifying power by releasing pent-up energy all at once. Bounsweet, Chinese Bounsweet. The fruit Pokemon. Its sweat is sweet, like syrup made from boiled down fruit. Because of this, Bounsweet was highly valued in the past, when sweeteners were scarce. Well, I mean, I guess you're making it sweat instead of just like draining it, which is kind of nice. Gross, but kind of nice. Steenie, the fruit Pokemon. Steenie spreads a sweet scent that makes others feel invigorated. This same scent is popular for antiperspirants. And of course, Serena. I always thought this was a grass fighting type. I don't know why. This Pokemon is proud and aggressive. However, it is said that its Serene will instantly become calm if someone touches the crown on its calyx, which I guess is not its head. I don't know, okay. But yeah, I always thought this was a grass fighting type. I guess it was just, I don't know. I guess I was just wrong. Smoliv, the olive Pokemon. It protects itself from enemies by emitting oil from the fruit on its head. This oil is bitter and astringent enough to make someone flinch. You know, if I did another playthrough of this, I might use Smoliv, just because I realized how good of a support Pokemon it could be. Not that it is, it could be. Dolive, the olive Pokemon. Dolive shares its tasty, fresh-scented oil with others. This species has coexisted with humans since times long ago. Arboliva. And of course, it took me way too long to realize that it just means olive tree, because arbor and olive, but god. This calm Pokemon is very compassionate. It will share its delicious, nutrient-rich oil with weakened Pokemon. I really don't like that it describes itself like that. I don't know why. Bonsly, the bonsai Pokemon. In order to adjust the level of fluids in its body, it exudes water from its eyes that make it appear to be crying. That just sounds like it's crying all the time. What a sad life. I love it. Sudowoodo, imitation Pokemon. Although it always pretends to be a tree, its composition appears more similar to rock than vegetation. It actually looks more like a turd with corn in it, but we're not going to go into that, I guess. What the hell is the weather right now? Oh, God. Rockruff, puppy Pokemon. This Pokemon is very friendly when it's young. Its disposition becomes vicious once it matures, but it never forgets the kindness of its master. And now, of course, we have all the Lycanrocks. Wolf Pokemon, midday form. Lycanroc attacks its prey with its sharp claws and fangs. It loyally obeys the instructions of a trainer it trusts. Dusk form. Normally, this Pokemon doesn't even bark, but once it enters battle, it will relentlessly drive the opponent into a corner. And of course, Midnight form. This Pokemon uses its rocky mane to slash any who approach. It will even disobey its trainer if it dislikes the orders it was given. I mean, this is just a cool design. I don't know how you wouldn't like this Pokemon. Roly-Poly, the coal Pokemon. On sunny days, Roly-Poly will come out onto grassy plains and roll around. Then it will eat the grass that gets tangled in its wheel-like leg. Alright. I'm not joking. This Pokemon's what, Gen 8? I could not for the life of me remember that its middle evolution was called Carkol. I was like, it's a minecart? Something with wheels? I was trying for so long because I never fought one until after I caught one. And I was like, I don't know what this thing's name is. The temperature inside its body increases when it experiences strong emotions. It rolls around frantically while spewing flames. And then Colossal, the coal Pokemon. To intimidate its opponents, Colossal will vigorously shake its body, scattering coal from its smoldering back. I did do a couple raids with Colossal in it. There was one that I just couldn't beat when I originally started doing high level ones. It was bad, but I eventually got my revenge. Shinx, the Flash Pokemon. The extension and contraction of its muscles generates electricity. It glows when in trouble. Shinx is great shiny. I don't have it in this game, but it is a great shiny. What's the difference between male and female Shinx? Is it the hair? It's the hair. Okay. The little hair on its head gets shorter. Interesting. Luxio, the Spark Pokemon. Strong electricity courses through the tips of its sharp claws. A light scratch causes fainting in foes. Is it the same thing, short hair? Yes. And then Luxray, the Gleam Eyes Pokemon. It can see clearly through walls to track down its prey and seek its lost young. I will admit that Luxray is probably one of the cooler designed Pokemon they've ever made. Oh, its mane is really tiny when it's a female. I never noticed that. Starly, the Starling Pokemon. They flock around mountains and fields, chasing after bug Pokemon. Their singing is noisy and annoying. Wow, way to just crap on Starly. How are you different? Is it another hair thing? No. I don't know. It might be from the back, and I can't tell. Oh wait, is it the feather? No, oh, I don't know. I don't know what the difference is, and I'm not going to look it up right now. Staravia, the Starling Pokemon. Reorganizing their own weakness. They always live in a group. When alone, a Staravia cries noisily. Again, an annoying Pokemon, huh? Okay. Staraptor, the Predator Pokemon. When Staravia evolved into Staraptor, they leave the flock to live alone. They have sturdy wings. I get that Staraptor was one of the more favorite Gen 4 Pokemon, but I honestly have never really been an enormous fan of this. I mean, it looks cool, but I don't know, I guess I was tired of birds by Gen 4, and then they revamped it a little bit in Gen 5 and 6, but oh well. Anyway. Oricorio, Sensu style. The dancing Pokemon. This form of Oricorio sipped purple nectar. It uses ethereal dance steps to call forth the spirits of the dead. Oricorio. Pau style. The airy dance of these Oricorio is popular as a means of maintaining good health, but the Oricorio themselves are hard to find in Paldea. You get these by making any Oricorio drink the nectars, if you did not know that, by the way. You can get the nectars at the Delibird store. Oricorio, dancing Pokemon, Pom-Pom style. This form of Oricorio sipped yellow nectar. It uses nimble steps to approach opponents, then knocks them out with electric punches. And then Bile style. This Pokemon is incredibly popular, possibly because its passionate dancing is a great match with the temperament of Paldean people. Oricorio is a Pokemon I thought was always interesting. I just never used it because there was a lot of birds. That is a lot of birds on one team. So maybe if I do another playthrough of this, or another playthrough in general, maybe I'll use an Oricorio just to see something else. Mareep, the sheep. Wool Pokemon. If static electricity builds in its body, its fleece doubles in volume. Touching it will shock you. I've always been a fan of Mareep. It's adorable, and I love its entire evolution line. I just don't like the coloring of Flaffy, but I do like the whole line. It's always a great thing. Flaffy, a wool Pokemon. As a result of storing too much electricity, it develops patches where even downy wool won't grow. Ampharos, the light Pokemon. The bright light on its tail can be seen far away. It has been treasured since ancient times as a beacon. I mean, that is its entire story in Gen 2. Has it always had those dots on its feet? Like, I guess that's supposed to be like nails, but I've never noticed that. Petalil, the bulb Pokemon. The leaves on its head grow right back even if they fall out. These bitter leaves refresh those who eat them. So I'm just imagining people following this thing and just plucking its brains out, basically. That's so sad. Lilligant, the flowering Pokemon. The fragrance of the garland on its head has a relaxing effect, but taking care of it is very difficult. I'm sorry. Shroomish, the mushroom Pokemon. It prefers damp places, but by day it remains still in the farthest shade. It releases toxic powder from its head. I love the fact that Shroomish is always angry. That is the perfect face for this Pokemon. Look at my stupid, stubby little leg. Always great. Breloom, the mushroom Pokemon. It scatters poisonous spores and throws powerful punches, while its foe is hampered by inhaled spores. Again, I do like Breloom. I think I've only used it like once though. Wasn't really ever my first choice. Maybe I'll use it in a different one. We'll see. Applin, the apple core Pokemon. It grows by eating the flesh of an apple. Applin uses its own body fluid to strengthen the apple skin and prevent it from rotting. I did use an Applin in my sword playthrough, which means I had a Flapple. And by God, somehow I keep winding up with glass cannons because this thing could not take a hit. It flutters around while seeking an opponent in the opponent's guard, then attacks by spitting acidic liquid strong enough to melt metal. But I did like the grass dragon typing. It was an interesting thing to use throughout the thing. Then you have this thing, Appleton, the apple nectar Pokemon. It feeds mainly on sweet apples. It will also eat small bug Pokemon that are attracted by its sweet nectar. Gotta say, I get that the Pokemon is based on an apple, but why is it an apple pie? It's so odd to me. I also learned, I think I saw this in the original, in Gen 8, but maybe not. I didn't realize that those aren't ears, those are its eyes. That's so odd. Ready? There! Ah, look at the eyes! Oh my god. So strange. Alright, anywho, moving on. Spoink, the bounce Pokemon. Spoink will die if it stops bouncing. The pearl on its head amplifies its psychic powers. That has been Spoik's Pokédex entry of some variety since it came out in Gen 3. Another Pokemon I do like, but I think I used Grumpig once or twice. I try not to use pure types a lot of the time just so I have more coverage, but it kind of happens like it did with Wiggles. Grumpig, the manipulate Pokemon. It can perform odd dance steps to influence foes. Its style of dancing became hugely popular overseas. It's a giant pig. What do you mean? Squawkabilly, the parrot Pokemon. White plumage. This Pokemon dislikes being alone. It has a strong sense of community and survives by cooperating with allies. Yellow plumage. These Squawkabilly are hot-headed, and their fighting style is vicious. They'll leap within reach of their foes to engage in close combat. Blue plumage. The largest of their flock can contain more than 50 individuals. They fly around towns and forests searching for food and making a racket. And then green plumage. These Pokemon prefer to live in cities. They form flocks based on the color of their feathers, and they fight over territory. I mean, if I was going to use it, I'd use the green one, because I like the color green. I'm not going to use the other ones. So, it's nice to be able to pick by color, I guess. Mischievous, Screech Pokemon. This Pokemon startles people in the middle of the night. It gathers fear as its energy. Japanese! And then Miss Magius, magical Pokemon. Its cry sounds like an incantation. It is said the cry may rarely be imbued with happiness-giving power. Makuhita, the Guts Pokemon. It grows stronger by enduring harsh training. It is a gutsy Pokemon that can withstand any attack. Arm Thrust Pokemon, Hariyama. It loves challenging others to the test of strength. It has the power to stop a train with a slap. Oh my god, that's kind of terrifying. This thing is 7'7". It's enormous. Oh. Crab Brawler, the boxing Pokemon. This Pokemon punches trees and eats the berries that drop down, training itself and getting food at the same time. Crabominable, the woolly crab Pokemon. The detached pincers of these Pokemon are delicious. Some trainers bring Lechonk into the mountains just to search for them. That seems kind of mean, unless they're falling off molting. You just kind of seem to be ripping crab arms off. Alright. Salandit, toxic lizard Pokemon. It taunts its prey and lures them into narrow, rocky areas where it then sprays them with toxic gas to make them dizzy and take them down. Salazzle, toxic lizard Pokemon. Salazzle makes its opponent lightheaded with poisonous gas, then captivates them with alluring movements to turn them into loyal servants. As I said before, I've never actually played a Gen 7 game, but when they announced Salandit and Salazzle, I was like, this is such a cool typing. Same thing happened with Gen 8, because when they saw Poison Electric, I was like, I have to use that thing. Toxtricity. I was like, these are such cool typings to me. And there's a couple of other ones that they still haven't made, but I think Poison Ice is one of them. But either way, it looks like a cool Pokemon. So maybe I'll eventually use a Salazzle, but finding a female Salandit I know is a pain in the ass. So thankfully I just caught a Salazzle this time. Phanpy, the long-nosed Pokemon. This Pokemon lives and nests on a riverbank. After playing in the mud, it won't be able to settle down unless it washes its body. Adorable. Always loved it since Gen 2. Donphan, the armor Pokemon. Donphan is covered in tough hide, so even being hit by a car won't phase this Pokemon. However, it's extremely susceptible to the rain. How do you differ from boy to girl? Smaller tusks? Yes, smaller tusks. Okay. Cufant, copper derm Pokemon. Using the pointy tip of its trunk, it carves off chunks of hard rocks to eat. It's very docile and helps people with physical labor. Copperajah. This Pokemon was brought to Paldea long ago by people from a faraway land. It's so strong it can easily pull an airplane. I do like that they are using some of the same animals again. I mean, birds are always used. But, like, elephants, there was only one, really, that I could think of, which was Donphan and Phanpy. So when they did this in Gen 8, I was like, oh, cool, another elephant. Same thing with some of the other animals they did in this generation. Like, I know it's a controversy, but Flamigo, whenever we get to that, I actually really like Flamigo. It's just a flamingo. It's so good. Gibble, the land shark Pokemon. It skulks in caves, and when prey or an enemy passes by, it leaps out and chomps them. The force of its attack sometimes chips its teeth. And there, what's the difference between male and female Gibble? Oh, I never noticed that. Male Gibble has a cut in its fin. Huh. Okay, look at that. Gabite, the cave Pokemon. In rare cases, it molts and sheds its scale. Medicine contained in scale is an ingredient while making a weary body feel invigorated. And then I'm guessing you have no cut in your fin? Yes. Huh. I genuinely never knew that. Interesting. And then Garchomp, the mock Pokemon. It is said that when one runs at high speeds, its wings create blades of wind that can fell nearby trees. My terrestrialized Garchomp has also been an amazing help, being level 100. It's water type and in a liquidation. It's so good. This thing is shorter than Hariyama. I can't get over the fact that Hariyama's 7'7". Knackley, the rock salt Pokemon. It was born in a layer of rock salt deep under the earth. This species was particularly treasured in the old days as they would share precious salt. Knacklestack, the rock salt Pokemon. This Pokemon dry cures its prey by spraying salt over them. The curing process steals away the water in the prey's body. That's pretty violent, but I like it. And then, of course, we got Garganical. Rock salt Pokemon. Garganical will rub its fingertips together and sprinkle injured Pokemon with salt. Even severe wounds will promptly heal afterward. Also, when I was fighting that Slowking, every time I had a Garganical in my squad of people doing this, I was like, yes, because it will live or it will stay awake, because purifying salt, one of its abilities, stops it from getting status conditions. And by God, all Slowking did was put people to sleep. It was just a pain in the butt. Wingull, the seagull Pokemon. It soars high in the sky, riding on updrafts like a glider. It carries food tucked in its bill. Actually, I do have an interesting story about Wingull. In Gen 3, when I was playing, I knew what a shiny Pokemon was, but I didn't realize that there was more of them, more so than like shiny Gyarados or red Gyarados from Gen 2. So I actually found a shiny Wingull and I caught it because I thought there was something wrong with my game. I was like, why does this Wingull have green stripes on its wings instead of the blue ones? It's like, is something weird with this? And then I actually caught a shiny Tentacool in the same game. And I was like, what's wrong with my game? Why are these Pokemon different colors? And I never understood it until much later on. But I never got rid of them. I kept them. Pelipper, the water bird Pokemon. It's a flying transporter that carries small Pokemon in its beak. It bobs on the waves to rest its wings. Does Pelipper have a pupil on the top only? Or is it in the... That's very weird. Magikarp, the fish Pokemon. An underpowered, pathetic Pokemon. It may jump high on rare occasions, but never more than 7 feet. That is a lie. Play Magikarp Jump or whatever. It jumps more than enough. I believe the only difference between male and female is the color of the whiskers, right? Yeah, okay. Gyarados, the atrocious Pokemon. Once it appears, it goes on a rampage. It remains enraged until it demolishes everything around. Is it the whiskers again? Yes, white versus blue. Gotcha. Arrokuda, the rush Pokemon. Arrokuda can swim quickly along only in a straight line. The ones that become sluggish from overeating are the first ones to be targeted by flocks of Wattrel. Wow. Arrokuda, I just didn't catch one for like the longest time in this, and I didn't even realize that I didn't catch it. I just somehow totally forgot. I was like, oh man, that stinks. But I got it, and I'm happy about it. Barrascuda, the skewer Pokemon. It spins its tail fins to leap from the water, then viciously bites down a Wingull flying close to the water surface. I mean, something's got to eat, right? I do like the continuous spinning motion. And this thing is like super fast, right? Hold on a second. This thing is 4 feet tall. I'm guessing that means when it's like up vertically, not just like laying down. Otherwise it'd be an enormous fish that's really, really light. Wow, that thing is really light. Basculin, hostile Pokemon, blue stripe form. These Pokemon form schools with others of the same color. The greatest foe of a school of blue Basculin is a school of red Basculin. Red stripe form. Its temperament is vicious and aggressive. This Pokemon is also full of vitality and can multiply rapidly before anyone notices. It seems like the red stripe one is living its life, and the blue one is all about just attacking the red one. Well, whatever. Interesting. Gulpin, the stomach Pokemon. There's nothing its stomach can't digest. While it's digesting, vile, overpowering gases are expelled. Oh, it's me! That's me! I'm just farting away. Good for you, Gulpin. Is it a tiny antenna? Or whatever, hair? I guess it is. Swalot, the poison bag Pokemon. It gulps anything that fits in its mouth. Its special enzymes can dissolve anything. It's me again! I just put... Okay. Oh, it does have shorter whiskers. Huh, I never noticed that. Meowth, the scratch cat Pokemon. All it does is sleep during the daytime. At night, it patrols its territory with its eyes aglow. Nice. Persian, the classy cat Pokemon. Although its fur has many admirers, it is tough to raise as a pet because of its fickle meanness. Are the other forms of Meowth in this game? I feel like they are. If they put Wooper in it, I feel like they could have done this with Meowth, although I didn't see any. Let's see. Oh my, of course, the first thing I see. How to get Galarian Meowth. You son of a bitch, there is another one. Oh. Never mind. I actually can't get it unless I do the classes. Alright then. Interesting. Okay, so there is another Galarian... There is another Meowth, so I have to get that. God damn it. Is there the other Meowth then? The Alolan Meowth, is that in this too? Let's see. Nope. Wait. I'm confused. Is it in this game or no? Wait, you can get other Pokemon? No, no, no. No, no, no. I did not want that to play. That wasn't supposed to happen. Oh my god, I've missed so many Pokemon! Seriously? How do you get these Pokemon? Am I being stupid? I think I am being stupid. How did I miss all of these? Oh my god. Maybe not. Something's weird here. Hold on. already have that. I already have that. Have that. That's fine. Weird. Okay, so they're just saying a lot of these you have to transfer from home. Is it the same thing with these, maybe? Okay, so a lot of these are just waiting. I'm just dumb. Okay, so there is another Meowth I can get, but I have to do classes to get it, so I'm not going to do that right now. Although its fur has many admirers, it's tough to raise as a pet. Okay, I already read that. Anyway, now they've wasted a ton of time, so now I have to get Meowth, the glaring Meowth, which means I have to do the language class. Okay. Drifloon, balloon Pokemon. It is whispered that any child who mistakes Drifloon for a balloon and holds onto it could wind up missing. Yeah, because you're just going to get stolen by a Pokemon. Jesus. Drifloon, the blimp Pokemon. It can generate and release gas within its body. That's how it controls the altitude of its drift. I don't know. Are we looking... Oh, man, I should have named my drift blimp Hindenburg. I didn't even think about that. Damn. Next time I have one, I'll do it. Alright, here we go. All the Flabébés. Single bloom Pokemon, White Flower. This Flabébé rides a white flower. The wind blows this Pokemon around as it drifts in search of flower gardens. Blue Flower. Once it finds a flower it likes, this Pokemon will spend the rest of its life taking care of its flower. This Flabébé rides a blue flower. Orange Flower. This Flabébé rides an orange flower. On its head it wears a crown of pollen that has healing properties. Yellow Flower. This Flabébé rides a yellow flower. This Pokemon is defenseless and vulnerable before it has found and received power from a flower. Red Flower. This Pokemon can draw forth the power hidden within blooming wild flowers. It is particularly fond of red flowers. And then, of course, Japanese. Alright, next. The Floettes of all colors. Yellow Flower. This Pokemon can draw forth the power hidden within yellow flowers. This power then becomes the move Floette used to protect itself. Red Flower. This Pokemon draws forth what power is left in withered flowers to make them healthy again. It holds a red flower. White Flower. Floette that are fond of white flowers can also easily sync with flowers of other colors. Blue Flower. Whenever this Pokemon finds flowering plants that are withering, it will bring them back to its territory and care for them until they're healthy. And finally, Orange Flower. This Pokemon can draw forth the most power when it's synced with orange flowers compared to the flowers of other colors. Okay. And then finally you have Florges. I don't like the white flower Florges. It just looks weird. A flower garden made of white flowered Florges will be beautifully decorated with flowering plants of many different colors. Blue Flower. Though usually compassionate, Florges will hunt down anyone who vandalizes its flower garden, showing no mercy even if they beg for their lives. Oh my god, that got so violent so fast. Orange Flower. The orange flowers fire off powerful beams, attacking as if they were a battery of artillery. Oh my god. Yellow Flower. It is said that there was once a Florges that protected the garden of a castle for over 300 years. Isn't that the oh no, that's Floette. And then Red. This Pokemon creates an impressive flower garden in its territory. It draws forth the power of the red flowers around its neck. I like the red one, but I think the blue one is probably my favorite with the coloring. It looks more like an ocean kind of thing. But whatever. Anyway. Diglett, the mole Pokemon. It lives about 1 yard underground where it feeds on plant roots. It sometimes appears above ground. Oh, we got the German Digdry. Dugtrio, the mole Pokemon. Its three heads bob separately up and down to loosen the soil nearby, making it easier for it to burrow. Is there another Pokemon that I don't have? I don't think so, actually, for once. I guess it's not. Okay, cool. Hey, I didn't miss one for once. That's 1 for 3 that I didn't miss. I'll take it. Alright, next. What do we got after German? Oh, Torkoal, the coal Pokemon. It burns coal inside of its shell for energy. It blows out black soot as if it's endangered. I love Torkoal. I mean, it's probably partly because of the anime, but Torkoal I've always thought was such a cool looking Pokemon, but god is it not great. It has a good ability with the one that makes the sun happen. I forgot what it is, but other than that, it's just not great. It's not an amazing Pokemon, but I do love it. It's such a nice design. Numel, the numb Pokemon. Magma of almost 2200 degrees Fahrenheit courses through its body. When it grows cold, the magma hardens and slows it. Oh god. I'm sorry, that was weird. What changes from male to female Numel? I don't know. Alright, we're gonna pass on that one. I will say though, Numel, first time I played Gen 3, I definitely used the Numel because I thought Fire Ground was such a good type. And then I realized it has horrible weaknesses. Camerupt, the eruption Pokemon. It lives in the crater of a volcano. It is well known that the humps on its back erupt every 10 years. That sounds a little dangerous. Oh, is it the tiny hair? I don't know what it is. Oh well, not gonna kill myself over this. Bronzor, the bronze Pokemon. Ancient people believed that the pattern on Bronzor's back contained a mysterious power. I like his shiny. Shiny's green. Japanese Bronzong. Bronze Bell Pokemon. In ages past, this Pokemon was revered as a bringer of rain. It was found buried in the ground. That's a cool one. Axew, the Tusk Pokemon. This Pokemon lives in nests that are made in the ground. People in ancient times used its tusks as cooking knives. I will say this Pokemon was rare in this game until I can climb, and then everywhere there's an Axew. I don't understand. Axew is everywhere in this game. And I also probably just went in the wrong direction and missed it every time when I was looking, but... Fracture, the Axe Jaw Pokemon. Because its tusks don't grow back once they break, this Pokemon apparently won't use them unless truly necessary. I just realized it looks like it's wearing a hoodie, which is pretty good. I like that. Haxorus, the Axe Jaw Pokemon. This Pokemon nests in caves and abandoned mines. It is docile, but it will become incredibly angry if its tusks are touched, so beware. Also has an amazing shiny. The black Haxorus looks so good. Mankey, the pig monkey Pokemon. It lives in groups in the treetops. If it loses sight of the group, it becomes infuriated by its loneliness. Don't we all become infuriated? Primate, the pig monkey Pokemon. It becomes wildly furious if it even senses someone looking at it. It chases anyone that meets its glare. Oh, that's cool. Its nose. I didn't notice that its nose kind of vibrates when it looks like it's breathing. And then Annihilate, the rage monkey Pokemon. When its anger rose beyond a critical point, this Pokemon gained power that it's unfettered by the limits of its physical body. It died! It literally, as it had in other Pokédex entries, it got so angry, it died. That is exactly what happened, which is great. That's such a good concept for a Pokemon. Meditite, the Meditate Pokemon. It never skips its daily yoga training. It heightens its inner strength through meditation. I think I also used a Meditite. Well, I have used one before, but I think it was also one of the first ones I used in Gen 3. Medicham, the Meditate Pokemon. Through yoga training, it gained the psychic power to predict its foe's next move. It's got such fat legs. It's got Aladdin pants on, actually, is what it does have. You ever watch Aladdin, the Disney movie, absolutely has Aladdin pants on. Riolu, emanation Pokemon. They communicate with one another using their auras. They are able to run all through the night. I don't know if this is an unpopular opinion or not, but Riolu and Lucario have one of the worst shinies in my opinion. I hate that yellow that they gave it. I don't know why they did that, but it stands out for sure. I just don't like it at all. Lucario, the Aura Pokemon. It's said that no foe can remain invisible to Lucario, since it can detect auras, even those of foes it could not otherwise see. Sorry. Charcadet, the Fire Child Pokemon. Burnt charcoal came to life and became a Pokemon. Possessing a fiery fighting spirit, Charcadet will battle even tough opponents. I do like this Pokemon quite a bit actually, but Armor Rouge definitely stole the show for me on this one. For me, it was such a huge help. Fire Warrior Pokemon. Armor Rouge evolved through the use of a set of armor that belonged to a distinguished warrior. This Pokemon is incredibly loyal. Japanese Ceruledge. Ceruledge, the Fire Blades Pokemon. The fiery blades on its arms burn fiercely with the lingering resentment of the sword wielder who fell before accomplishing their goal. Wow. Edgy much? Oh man, Ceruledge is like 4 inches taller than him too. Oh, and Armor Rouge is a fat man. Oof. Sorry, bud. But I do like it. Unfortunately, I can't get another one because no one gave me the armor. They just traded me a Ceruledge, but I'll take it. Barboach, the Whisker Pokemon. Its 2 whiskers provide a sensitive radar. Even in muddy waters, it can detect its prey's location. It took me way too long to realize I just never caught a Barboach. I was like, what Pokemon am I missing? And I'm like, oh, it's Barboach, and I just made an egg. I was like, what? Where did this thing go? Wishcash, the Whiskers Pokemon, is extremely protective of its territory. If any foe approaches, it attacks using vicious tremors. The episode of the anime where the guy tries to catch one with a Master Ball is always great. It just eats it. Tadbulb, the Tadpole Pokemon. Tadbulb shakes its tail to generate electricity. If it senses danger, it will make its head blink on and off to alert its allies. Bellibolt, the Frog Pokemon. When this Pokemon expands and contracts its wobbly body, the belly button dynamo in its stomach produces a huge amount of electricity. Durability Electromorphosis, or whatever it's called, is very odd, but it's interesting. Goomy, the soft tissue Pokemon. Most of Goomy's body is water. A membrane covers the whole Pokemon to prevent it from shriveling up in dry weather. Sliggoo! Soft tissue Pokemon. The swirly protrusion on its back is filled with all its vital organs, such as its brain and its heart. That sucks. Goodra, the dragon Pokemon. It loves the rain. This mellow Pokemon can be seen walking around on the plains and in the mountains on rainy days. I feel like it's such a missed opportunity that Goodra was not Poison Dragon. I mean, it's literally dripping ooze. How is this not either Poison or Water Dragon? But whatever. Krogunk, toxic mouth Pokemon. Inflating its poison sacs, it fills the area with an odd sound and hits flinching opponents with a poison jab. What is the difference between a male and a female Krogunk? I don't know. Oh well. Anyway, Toxicroak, toxic mouth Pokemon. Swaying and dodging the attacks of its foes, it weaves its flexible body in close, then lunges out with its poisonous claws. Alright then. Nice. Watchroll, the storm petrel Pokemon. When its wings catch the wind, the bones within produce electricity. This Pokemon dives into the ocean, catching prey by electrocuting them. That's pretty cool. I feel like if I do another playthrough, I'd use Watchroll just because I used Palmot. And I had an electric Pokemon, and I liked the fact that it was electric fighting because it was a unique type. But I do also like having a bird on my team. Oh, are you awake now, bud? Hello. Mandatory Simon sighting. Hello, bud. Hi. Or sorry, not mandatory. The episode sight. Whatever. I forgot the hell I called it before. Yeah. Hi, bud. You awake? Yeah. Come here. Come here. There he is, the little man. Oh, you're so good. I think he missed me. He was, when I came home the other day, oh my god, he was like all over me. It was pretty funny. Gotta love cats, right? And dogs, but I don't have a dog right now, so I'm gonna say gotta love cats. Good boy. You're so good. You don't usually let me hold you. You must have really missed attention. He was with my sister, who also has 2 cats, so there was 3 cats in her house. She was the crazy cat lady for a while. Okay, there we go. Good boy. Good boy. You're so good. Okay. Alright. Kilowattrel. Frigate bird? What the hell? Frigate bird Pokemon? Kilowattrel inflates its throat sac to amplify its electricity. By riding the wind, this Pokemon can fly over 430 miles a day. Isn't this based on an albatross? I mean, that's the closest thing I can think of. Eevee, the evolution Pokemon. Its ability to evolve into many forms allows it to adapt smoothly and perfectly in any environment. Vaporeon, the bubble jet Pokemon. It lives close to water. Its long tail is rigid with a fin, which is often mistaken for a mermaid's. We're not going to talk about Vaporeon. Jolteon, the lightning Pokemon. It concentrates the weak electric charges emitted by its cells and launches wicked lightning bolts. I actually really liked Jolteon in Gen 1. And the fact that it had Pin Missile, like one of the only bug moves that was good against a psychic type back then, was pretty interesting. But god, did Pin Missile suck. Flareon, flame Pokemon. Inhaled air is carried to its flame sac, heated and exhaled as fire that reaches over 3,000 degrees Fahrenheit. Why do so many things have sacs? You got the throat sac, the flame sac. Stop with the sacs. Espeon, the sun Pokemon. The tip of its forked tail quivers when it's predicting its opponent's next move. Again, another possibly unpopular opinion, I don't know. I love Espeon's shiny. I love that green. It's such a nice green, especially on that Pokemon. And I have used Espeon before. I don't think I've ever had a shiny one in the games, but I had one in Pokemon, or I have multiple in like Pokemon Go, but that's a whole different thing. Umbreon, the moonlight Pokemon. When exposed to the moon's aura, the rings on its body glow faintly and it gains a mysterious power. I have used Umbreon, but it's weird because it's so defensive. It's more like a stalling Pokemon, which I am not really that great with. I'm not that super familiar with that, so whatever, we'll see. Leafeon, the verdant Pokemon. When you see Leafeon asleep in a patch of sunshine, you'll know it's using photosynthesis to produce clean air. I have never used this Pokemon. I evolved it. Sorry. I evolved them and put them away. That's it. I don't think I've ever used a Leafeon or a Glaceon. Fresh snow Pokemon. It can control its body temperature at will. Then it enables it to freeze the moisture in the atmosphere, creating flurries of diamond dust. They look cool. I just never used either one of them, so maybe another time, but... Sylveon, intertwining Pokemon. This Pokemon uses ribbon-like feelers to send a soothing aura into its opponents, erasing their hostility. Also never used the Sylveon. I mean, it looks nice, and I do actually like its shiny where it gets the blue instead of the pink, but... I don't know, never used it. Dunsparce, the land snake Pokemon. It creates mazes in dark locations. When spotted, it flees into the ground by digging with its tail. Dunsparce, land snake Pokemon. This Pokemon uses its hard tail to make its nest by boring holes into bedrock deep underground. The nest can reach lengths of over 6 miles. How is this in my Pokédex already? Alright, sure. 3-segment form. The gentle Dunsparce will put Pokemon that wander into its nest on its back and carry them to the entrance. Huh. I like it. I know that Dunsparce has to be an evolution that was more of a joke by the developers than anything because so many people were asking for an evolution for Dunsparce, but it does look dumb, but it does kind of fit the Dunsparce theme of just being there. Deerling, the season Pokemon. Spring form. Deerling has different scents depending on the season. In early spring, these Pokemon give off a delicate, sweet, and calming scent. Winter form. When it's in its winter form, it has hardly any scent at all. Autumn form. These Pokemon are not shy. They will behave as they please even in front of people. If you feed one of them, it will quickly take a liking to you. And then summer form. To prevent Deerling from entering their fields, many farmers have several lichen rocks standing guard as they are a natural enemy of deerling. How was that decided? And that's a strange one, but okay. Okay, Sawsbuck, the season Pokemon, spring form. It seems that a Sawsbuck with many flowers on its antlers will grow at a slightly slower pace because the flowers absorb the Pokemon's nutrients. Winter form. It said that Sawsbucks are calm and easy to tame during the season when they take on this form, so it's the perfect time to make one your partner. Autumn form. There are many Sawsbuck enthusiasts. The darker the red of the foliage that hangs from its antlers, the more stylish the Sawsbuck is thought to be. Summer form. There are many Sawsbuck enthusiasts. The thicker and larger the branches and leaves on its antlers. Wait, the thicker and the larger the branches and leaves on its antlers, the more majestic the Sawsbuck is thought to be. Alright. I mean, they kind of copied themselves, but I'll take it. I did use a Sawsbuck. I don't remember which one I had, but I did use one in a playthrough Gen 5, which I'm still actually doing because I've never finished it. I've never finished a full playthrough of Gen 5, so I'll eventually do it. Maybe they'll just release Gen 5 on Switch and I could do that then, but either way. Though very small, the brain on its tail is still considered an important organ because it emits powerful psychic energy. How are you different? I don't know. I'm not seeing it. Oh well, not a big deal. Anyway. Faragariff. Now that the brain waves from the head and the tail are synced up, the psychic powers of this Pokemon is 10 times stronger than Giraffarigs. Gotta love the fact that it's a palindrome. Grimer. Sludge Pokemon. Born from sludge, these Pokemon now gather in polluted places and increase the bacteria in their bodies. Muck, sludge Pokemon. It's thickly covered with a filthy, vile sludge. It's so toxic even its footprints contain poison. This thing has footprints? It has no feet. How does it do that? Maschiff, the rascal Pokemon. It always scowls in an attempt to make opponents take it seriously, but even crying children will burst into laughter when they see Maschiff's face. It looks like it's trying to either force out or hold in a poop. It really does. But I guess they didn't really think about that. Mabostiff, the boss Pokemon. This Pokemon can store energy in its large dewlap. Mabostiff unleashes this energy all at once to blow away enemies. I mean, I just wish it laid down. It looks so much better laying down. Toxel, the baby Pokemon. There's no problem drinking dirty water. An organ inside of Toxel's body filters such water into a poisonous liquid that is harmless to Toxel. Again, I used Toxel and Toxtricity in Gen 8, specifically because I like the electric poison typing. And then I also saw this. And it just looks awesome. I don't know, I've always liked the look of this thing. Toxtricity. I think mine was named... I think I did nickname it because I kept saying like Toxtricity or something weird. I basically added more letters to it. Amped form, punk Pokemon. As it scatters toxic sweat and emits electricity, a melody that sounds like it came from guitar reverberates through the surrounding area. Low-key form. Many youths admire the way this Pokemon listlessly picks fights and keeps its cool no matter what opponent it faces. I don't know, I mean, I'm guessing it is, but I just like this one more. Whatever. I can see why people would like this one. Alright, anyway. Dedenne, antenna Pokemon. It's small and its electric generating organ is not fully developed, so it uses its tail to absorb electricity from people's homes and charges itself. What a thief. What a piece of shit. What a rip-off Pikachu, too. It really is. I know that they have Pikachu clones, but Dedenne was pretty obvious. I mean, yeah, they all have the cheek pouches or whatever, but the Dedenne one is just blatantly bad. It's one of the kinds of Pokemon with electric cheek pouches. It shoots charges from its tail. That doesn't make any sense. Why does it have cheek pouches then if it whatever. Shroodle, toxic mouse Pokemon. That's a mouse? Oh, okay. Though usually a mellow Pokemon, it will sink its sharp poison-soaked front teeth into any that anger it, causing paralysis in the object of its ire. Grafaiai, toxic monkey Pokemon. The color of this poisonous saliva depends on what the Pokemon eats. Grafaiai cover its fingers in its saliva and draw patterns on trees and forests. I actually do kind of like this Pokemon. I wish I used it, so maybe next time, but yeah. Stantler, big horn Pokemon. This Pokemon apparently used to live in much harsher environments, and thus it once had stronger psychic powers than it does now. Well, yeah, that's when it was, wordier. They gave it an evolution only to not let you use it in this until I guess you can use home. Fungus, mushroom Pokemon. This is a theory that the developer of the modern day Pokemon really liked Fungus, but that has not been confirmed. Amoonguss? What? Amoonguss. Sus. Mushroom Pokemon. Be wary of the poisonous spores it releases. Mushroom resembling Amoonguss's cap will grow out of anywhere the spores touch. Voltorb, the ball Pokemon. It rolls to move. If the ground is uneven, a sudden jolt from hitting a bump can cause it to explode. I did find out that if you walk around a Voltorb in the wild in this game and it sees you and you don't go into a battle with it, it just explodes and disappears. Which I thought was kind of sad. It sees a person and blows itself up. What a way to deal with anxiety. Electrode, the ball Pokemon. The more energy it charges up, the faster it gets, but this also makes it more lonely to explode, more likely to explode. God, I had lonely. Okay. Next, Magnemite, the magnet Pokemon. The electromagnetic waves emitted by the units at the sides of its head expel anti-gravity, which allows it to float. Nice. Magneton, the magnet Pokemon. 3 Magnemite are linked by a strong magnetic force. Ear aches will occur if you get too close. And then, of course, Magnezone, the magnet area Pokemon. As it zooms through the sky, this Pokemon seems to be receiving signals of unknown origin while transmitting signals of an unknown purpose. Hold on, I just want to see something. Oh, that is how you do it in this game. Interesting. So, I didn't actually evolve my Magneton. I caught a Magnezone in a raid. So, I was just curious how you evolve it in this game, and it's just a Thunderstone. Okay. Easy enough. Ditto. Its transformation ability is perfect. However, if you made it laugh, it can't maintain its disguise. I also found out, similar to Zaru and everything, that Ditto is just in front of towns. And if you do the highlighting thing of the Pokemon to see its level, it'll just say Ditto, even though it's not a Ditto until you go into the battle. So that's another reason I never saw a Ditto except for in raids. So I guess I got kind of lucky when I found that one. Growlithe, the puppy Pokemon. It has a brave and trustworthy nature. It fearlessly stands up to bigger and stronger foes. Good for you, bud. Arcanine, the legendary Pokemon. An ancient picture scroll shows that people were captivated by its movement as it ran through prairies. Teddiursa, little bear Pokemon. This Pokemon discreetly follows comb-bee to find their hive. It scoops up big dollops of its honey in its palms to eat. Aw, you know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, it's cute that it's putting its hand like this. But if I remember correctly, the Gen 2 sprite is literally just like shoves its whole fist in its mouth. Stupid little bear. Love it. Ursaring, the hibernator Pokemon. It usually wears a hardened expression, but when it's licking up honey, which it loves, the joy it feels will cause it to break into a wide grin. Again, another Pokemon that they gave a interesting evolution to, but never seen again. What is the difference? Is it the shoulder pads? I don't know. Oh well, too bad. Zangoose, the cat ferret Pokemon. It's Seviper's arch rival. Oh my god, that wasn't even close. To threaten those encounters, it fans out the claws on its front paws. The claws on its front paws. Nice. Seviper, the fang snake Pokemon. It sharpens its sword-like tail on hard rocks. It hides in tall grass and strikes unwary prey with venomous fangs. Wow, it seems more like Zangoose cares more about this rivalry than Seviper does if they don't even put it in its Pokédex entry. Whatever. Also, Seviper was one that I used in Gen 3. I also thought this was a cool Pokemon. I do like how they made it in this game. That you can actually see the scales. Very nice. Swablu, cotton bird Pokemon. It constantly grooms its cotton-like wings. It takes a shower to clean itself if it becomes dirty. Alright, good for you, Swablu. Altaria, the humming Pokemon. If it bonds with a person, it will gently envelop the friend with its soft wings, then hum. I feel like that's going to kill the person, but okay. Skiddo, the mount Pokemon. Until recently, people living in the mountains would ride on the backs of these Pokemon to traverse the mountain paths. Go-Goat, the mountain Pokemon. It can sense the feelings of others by touching them with its horns. The species has assisted people with their work since 5,000 years ago. I know it was kind of a gimmick for Gen 6, but I do like the fact that you could ride Pokemon, which is why they added it to other games. But the fact that they literally made this Pokemon specifically for that was such an odd choice, but I get why they did it. Just kind of stinks because Go-Goat looks cool, but it's not great, so I'm not really going to use it. Oh, another one. Oh no, whatever. Tauros, the wild bull Pokemon, Paldean form, fighting fire. When heated by fire energy, its horns can get hotter than 1800 degrees Fahrenheit. Those gored by them will suffer both wounds and burns. Paldean form, just fighting. This Pokemon has a muscular body and excels at close quarters combat. It uses its short horns to strike the opponent's weak spot. And then Paldean water fighting. This Pokemon blasts water from holes on the tips of its horns. The high-pressure jet pierced through those right through Tauros' enemies. I wonder who came up with this idea, because it's actually kind of interesting that the same Pokemon has 3 different typings. I like it. I really do. I mean, it might make me actually use Tauros one time. And I would love to use this one, funny enough. Because water fighting is a very underutilized typing. Let's put it that way. And I haven't used a Tauros, so it'll be an interesting change. Litleo, the lion cub Pokemon. When Litleo are young, female Pyro will teach them how to hunt. Once the Litleo mature, they will leave the pride and set out on their own. Little dude. Pyroar, the royal Pokemon. The females of the pride work together to bring down prey. It's thanks to them that their pride doesn't starve. Pyroar. Oh. Wow, it has the same one? That stinks. I'm upset by that. Stunky, the skunk Pokemon. It sprays a foul fluid from its rear. Its stench spreads over a mile radius, driving Pokemon away. Wow, that's awful. Skuntank, the skunk Pokemon. It attacked by spraying a horribly smelling fluid from the tip of its tail. Attacks from above confound it. Well, yeah, it can't see anything, but sure. Zorua, the tricky fox Pokemon. It changes into the forms of others to surprise them. Apparently, it often transforms into Silent Child. That's creepy, but okay. Illusion Fox, Zoroark. Stories say those who tried to catch Zoroark were trapped in an illusion and punished. Oh god. Okay, I will not catch you next time, I guess. Sharp Claw Pokemon, Sneasel. This cunning Pokemon hides under the cover of darkness, waiting to attack its prey. I'm sorry, but female Sneasel looks terrible. Why would you make that super distinctive thing tiny? That just looks so much cooler to me. Or at least better. Weevil, the sharp claw Pokemon. Evolution made it more devious. It communicates by clawing signs and boulders. I believe its ears get smaller. Yes. Murkrow, the darkness Pokemon. Feared and loathed by many, it is believed to bring misfortune to all those who see it at night. You have a difference? What is your difference between male and female? Oh, your horn on your hat is bigger. Interesting. Honchkrow, the big boss Pokemon. Oh, I think you and Mabostiff should meet up for a... was it a mob meeting or something? It is merciless by nature. It is said that it never forgives the mistakes of Murkrow's followers. Damn. Gothita, the fixation Pokemon. This Pokemon is normally very innocent. When it is staring at something invisible, it is unblinking and utterly silent. Wow, that's like Children of the Corn. That's a little creepy, but okay. Gothorita, manipulate Pokemon. This Pokemon will hypnotize children to put them to sleep before carrying them away. Be wary of nights when the starlight is bright. Oh god. That's creepy. Gothitelle, astral body Pokemon. Gothitelle unleashes psychic energy and shows opponents dreams of the universe's end. These dreams are apparently ethereal and beautiful. God. Jeez. Yeah, I only have the phony one. Sorry, guys. Black Tea... Sinistea, the Black Tea Pokemon. The soul of someone who died alone, possessed with some leftover tea. This Pokemon appears in hotels and houses. Poltegeist, Black Tea Pokemon. The tea that composes Poltegeist's body has a distinct and enjoyable flavor. Drinking too much, however, can be fatal. Mimikyu, the disguised form. This Pokemon lives in dark places, untouched by sunlight. When it appears before humans, it hides itself under a cloth that resembles a Pikachu. Busted form. Even as it struggles beneath the cloth to repair that broken neck of its disguise, Mimikyu keeps up the impersonation of Pikachu. It's odd that it gave the disguise a different distinction, but whatever. Klefki, the key ring Pokemon. Once it absorbs a key's metal ions, it discards the key without a second thought. However, it will hang on to its keys to a key it favors for decades. Indeedee, emotion Pokemon, male. This Pokemon picks up on positive emotions of other creatures via its horns and uses those emotions to fuel itself. Female. It dislikes conflict. If a fight occurs in its territory, it uses psychic power to throw things at combatants in an effort to drive them away. Why am I falling? Stop falling. Bramblin, tumbleweed Pokemon, a soul unable to move on in the afterlife, was blown around by the wind until it got tangled up in dry grass and became a Pokemon. Bramblegast. It will open the branches of its head to envelop its prey once it absorbs all the life energy it needs. Oh my god, it expels the prey and discards it. This thing's face looks a lot like, what is that Pokemon from Gen 8? The Anchor. I forgot what it's called already. Delmise. Yeah, it's got a similar kind of feeling to it, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, whatever. Oh, Bramblegast also opens its eyes at like 2 different times. That's weird. Or, yeah, one eye is just a different color. That's kind of cool. Toadschool. Oh, does that mean you can get regular? Hold on a second. Oh, but you can't get regular. Yes, you can. Oh, no. Okay, what about... What is it? It's, Tentacool. Yeah, whatever. Either way, I don't think you can get Tentacool in this, but it's interesting. Toadschool. Toadschool. Actually, not Toadschool. It's Toadschool, not Toadaschool. Toadschool, the wood ear Pokemon. Toadschool lives in muggy forests. The flaps that fall from its body are chewy and very... Ugh. I don't eat flaps. Oh, wait. We got... I don't know what country this is. I would say Chinese, but what's CHT? I don't know. Toadschool, wood ear Pokemon. These Pokemon gather in groups and form colonies deep within forests. They absolutely hate it when strangers approach. Tropius, the fruit Pokemon. It lives in tropical jungles. The bunch of fruit around its neck is delicious. The fruit grows twice a year. Which is funny, I only learned this because my aunt and uncle do this. An actual banana tree does take 2 years to produce fruit, so good on them for getting that right. Oh, Japanese Fomantis. Fomantis, sickle grass Pokemon. Fomantis hates having its naps interrupted. It fires off beams using energy it gathers by bathing in the sun. Alright then. Lurantis, the bloom sickle Pokemon. By masquerading as a bug Pokemon, it lowers the guard of an actual bug Pokemon lured in by a scent of sweet flowers. Its sickles then its sickles bring them down. Because I never played Gen 7, I thought this was a bug grass type. Or at least a bug type. So, hell, I was fooled by it, so I guess I'm gonna get killed by this thing. Oh well. Cloth, the ambush Pokemon. Cloth hangs upside down from cliffs, waiting for prey. But Cloth can't remain in that position for too long because the blood rushes to its head. That's pretty funny. Capsicid, spicy pepper Pokemon. The more sunlight this Pokemon bathes in, the more spicy chemicals are produced in its body, and thus the spicier its moves become. I really don't like the look of this Pokemon. I get what they're going for, it's a Kappa, but then it turns into this. Scovillain. Like the Scoville scale of spicy. So that's why it's a spicy pepper. It also looks like peppers. But, yes, it's the first grass fire type, but like, this doesn't really match Capsicid. I don't know. For me, it doesn't anyway. The redhead converts spicy chemicals into fire energy and blasts the surrounding area with a super spicy stream of flame. I don't even know if this Pokemon's good. I have no idea. It's the first grass fire type and never really went into it, but oh well. Cacnea, the cactus Pokemon. It prefers harsh environments, such as deserts. It can survive for 30 days on water stored in its body. Well, it is a cactus, I'd hope so. Cacturn, Scarecrow Pokemon. Packs of them follow travelers through the desert until the travelers can no longer move. Am I crazy, or did Cacturn used to have a nose? I know the hat is pointy, but I thought it had a nose on its face, because right now it looks really goofy to me. Like, I know it looked down a lot, so I guess maybe that looked like a nose. But it just looks so weird here. Its face just looks not great. Rellor, the rolling Pokemon. This Pokemon creates a mud ball by mixing sand and dirt with psychic energy. It treasures this mud ball more than its own life. I guess so, because it took 20 years to evolve you into Rabska. Rolling Pokemon. The body that supports the ball barely moves. Therefore, it is thought that the true body of this Pokemon is actually inside the ball. Maybe. Venonat. The return of Venonat. It has been a very long time. Poison oozes from all over its body. It catches small bug Pokemon at night that are attracted by light. Venomoth, the poison moth Pokemon. The wings are covered with dust-like scales. Every time it flaps its wings, it loses highly toxic dust. Interesting. Pineco, the bagworm Pokemon. It likes to make its shell thicker by adding layers of tree bark. The additional weight doesn't bother it. Sorry. I'm almost positive I said this last time, but the amount of time I spent trying to catch a Pineco when I played Gen 2 was really sad. It took me forever because I couldn't catch it before it killed itself. Fortress, the bagworm Pokemon. Usually found hanging from a fat tree trunk, it shoots out bits of its shell when it sees action. Alright then. Scyther, the mantis Pokemon. It slashes through grass with its sharp sides, moving too fast for the human eye to track. Alright, whatever. Scizor. You son of a bitch. You know what, just so you guys don't miss out on Scizor. Hold on. Hold on. Okay. This Pokemon's pincers, which contain steel, can crush any hard object they get a hold of into bits. Alright then. I really wish I got a Scizor. I'm gonna find one. I hope at some point I'm gonna find. I found a Slowking in a raid. I could probably find a Scizor at some point. Heracross, the single horn Pokemon. It loves sweet nectar. To keep all the nectar in itself, it hurls rivals away with its prized horn. Again, another, just, it could be my own opinion, but another victim of just terrible gender replacement. Why would you make the horn a heart? I get that it's a female, but it just looks so much more bug-like with this. Whatever. But again, I love Heracross. Heracross is a great Pokemon. Flittle, the frill Pokemon. Flittle's toes levitate above. about half an inch above the ground because of the psychic power emitting from the frills on the Pokemon's belly. Excuse me. Sorry. I don't know what the hell's going on. I don't know why I'm so tired. Right? Espathra. Espathra. It immobilizes opponents by bathing them in psychic powers from its large eyes. Despite its appearance, it has a vicious temperament. Who doesn't think that this thing would attack you in a second? It looks like Edna Mode from The Incredibles. She would absolutely attack anybody. Hippopotamus. It shuts its nostrils tight, then travels through sand as if walking. They form colonies of around 10. This is the male one. And the female one is the same thing. Okay. Hippowdon, heavyweight Pokemon. It is surprisingly quick to anger. It holds its mouth agape as a display of its strength. How is this thing 6'7"? Desert Croc Pokemon, Sandile. It submerges itself in sand and moves as if swimming. This wise behavior keeps its enemies from finding it and maintains its temperature. Krokorok, Desert Croc Pokemon. Protected by thin membranes that their eyes can see even in the dead of night, they live in groups of a few individuals. Damn, he gets real fat in one level. Crocodile, Intimidation Pokemon. After clamping down with its powerful jaws, it twists its body around to rip its prey in half. Damn. Silicobra, Sand Snake Pokemon. Silicobra's neck pouch, which can inflate and deflate like a balloon, gets more elastic each time Silicobra sheds its skin. Sandaconda, Sand Snake Pokemon. It will expand its body as much as it can and then contract itself, blasting out sand with enough force to wash away a dump truck. Alright then. Better not park near Sandaconda then. Mudbrakes, Donkey Pokemon. This Pokemon covers itself in mud that it has regurgitated. Mud won't dry out even if it's exposed to the sun for a long time. Ew! So it's just covered in vomit all the time. Wet vomit. Ugh. Mudsdale, the Draft Horse Pokemon. This Pokemon has been treasured not just for its physical labor, but also because it produces high quality mud used for making pottery. Larvesta, the Torch Pokemon. This Pokemon was called the larva that stole the sun. The fire Larvesta spouts from its horns can cut right through sheets of iron. Volcarona, the Sun Pokemon. Its burning body causes it to be unpopular in hot parts of the world, but in cold ones, Volcarona is revered as the embodiment of the sun. I completely forgot that you have to raise Larvesta to level 59 to evolve it. That's crazy. I forgot how high Gen 5 levels go. But that's so unnecessary. Oh, Chinese. Bagon Rockhead Pokemon. Its steel hard head can shatter boulders. It longingly hopes for wings to grow so it can fly. It's so sad. It's like, can fly. Shelgon, Endurance Pokemon. The cells within its shell transform with explosive speed, preparing it for evolution. And then, of course, Salamence, the dragon Pokemon. It flies around on its wings, which have grown in at last. In its happiness, it gushes hot flames, burning up everything it passes over. Nice. Oh, I went the wrong way. Tink-a-Tink! Here it is! The best line of the generation. It swings its handmade hammer around to protect itself, but the hammer is often stolen by Pokemon that eat metal. Oh, that's so sad. Tinkatuff, the hammer Pokemon. This Pokemon will attack groups of Pawniard and be sharp, gathering metal from them in order to create a large and sturdy hammer. Okay, go for it, Tinkatuff. And then Tinkaton. This intelligent Pokemon has a very daring disposition and knocks rocks into the sky with its hammer, aiming for flying Corviknight. What a dick. I'd love it. You're such a douche. Hatena, calm Pokemon. Because the emotions of others constantly flow into its head, this Pokemon prefers environments where no other creatures live. I mean, that's not technically true because I caught this in the wild and there were other Pokemon there. So, suck it, Hatena. Hatchrim, the serene Pokemon. To this Pokemon, strong emotions apparently feel like incredibly loud noise. Even if the emotions are happy ones. What the hell? Oh my god. I guess I'll sit up like this. Maybe this will change it a little bit. Hatterene, silent Pokemon. Hatterene knocks out those that intrude in its home forest by blasting them with a beam, then slashing with claws enhanced with psychic powers. Hatterene. Impidimp. Wily Pokemon. The reason this Pokemon causes trouble for those it feels close to is because Impidimp itself gets irritable if it can't absorb negative emotions. What a piece of shit. Morgrem, the devious Pokemon. Morgrem prefers dirty tactics, like ambushing, because it doesn't have confidence in its brawn. Grimmsnarl, the bulk-up Pokemon. This Pokemon has complete control over its hair. Grimmsnarl normally keeps its hair wrapped around its body to support its muscles. Wiggles, the Wiglet, garden eel Pokemon. This Pokemon can pick up the scent of a Veluza just over 65 feet away and will hide itself in the sand. Wugtrio, it has a vicious temperament. Contrary to what its appearance may suggest, it wraps its long bodies around prey, then drags the prey into a den. That I'd like to see. Bombirdier, the item drop Pokemon. It gathers things up in an apron made from shed feathers to add it to the Pokemon's chest feathers, then drops those things from high places for fun. What an asshole. Finizen, the dolphin Pokemon. It likes playing with others of its kind using the water ring on its tail. It uses ultrasonic waves to sense the emotions of other living creatures. And then, because I haven't seen one, what Palafin is next? Palafin. Hold on. Oh, this is not what I wanted to see, but I guess I'll do it this way. Alright, so I'm at 291. 291. Palafin. Scarlet. This Pokemon changes its appearance if it hears its allies calling for help. Palafin will never show anybody its moment of transformation. And then it also has another Dex entry. This Pokemon's ancient genes have awakened. It is now so extraordinarily strong that it can easily lift a cruise ship with one fin. And this is in hero form. Too bad you need to be in the Union Circle to make this happen, you son of a bitch. Okay. Vroom! Single style Pokemon. It is said that this Pokemon was born when an unknown poison Pokemon entered and inspirited an engine left at a scrap processing factory. There's a lot of those where they said like, oh, this Pokemon kind of went in there and yeah, whatever. Kind of like the legendary dogs where the 3 original dogs died and then they turned into that. People think they're the Eevees, but you never know. That's one of those things. Revavroom, multi-style Pokemon. It creates a gas out of poison and minerals from rocks. It then detonates the gas in its cylinders, now numbering 8 to generate energy. Cyclizar, the mount Pokemon. Apparently Cyclizar has been allowing people to ride on its back since ancient times. Depictions of this have been found in 10,000-year-old murals. Go Cyclizar. Orthworm, so goofy looking. When attacked, this Pokemon will wield the tendrils on its body like fists and pelt the opponent with a storm of punches. Sableye, the darkness Pokemon. It dwells in the darkness of caves. It uses its sharp claws to dig up gems to nourish itself. Good boy. Shuppet, the puppet Pokemon. It loves to feed on feelings like envy and malice. Its upright horn catches the emotions of people. It seems to be a lot of ghost things. They just kind of feel emotions. This Pokemon developed from an abandoned doll that amassed a grudge. It is seen in dark alleys. Creepy. Ooh. Phalanx, the formation Pokemon. The brass, which is the one that stands at the front and issues orders, is the strongest and smartest of the 6. Hawlucha, the wrestling Pokemon. Its elegant finishing moves, performed by nimbly leaping around using its wings, are polished in the forest where it was born and raised. Also, another possibly unpopular opinion, I don't really like Hawlucha's shiny. I get that it's a luchador, so it's gotta have like different colors, but I don't know. It just doesn't look right to me. So, yeah, whatever. Spiritomb Forbidden Pokemon. Its constant mischief and misdeeds resulted in it being bound to an odd keystone by a mysterious spell. Noibat, Soundwave Pokemon. This Pokemon emits ultrasonic waves from its large ears to search for fruit to eat. It mistakes Applin for its food. I don't know. Noibat's adorable. I don't know how... If you don't like Noibat, you're insane. Noibat's adorable. And then, of course, this thing just looks great. This thing looks amazing. Its shiny's not too great, but it's a pretty sweet looking Pokemon. Noivern, Soundwave Pokemon. Ultrasonic waves emitted by a Noivern can pulverize a large boulder. This Pokemon has a cruel disposition. Ooh, what a dickhead. Hey, bud. Hi. What's up? I know. You're so good. Hey, bud. Are you tired? So go back to sleep. Don't yawn. Just sleep. Okay. Oh, hi. Hello, bud. Hi. You want to be held? Alright, come here. It's okay, come here. Or not. Doesn't want to be held. Okay. Weird. But you wanted my attention. Anyway, Dreepy, the link. Oh, you're back. Hello. So you want my attention now? Hello. You're so cute. Hi. Hello. Oh, you're very happy. You're purring. Can I help you? Because you didn't let me pick you up. Are you going to let me hold you now or no? Nope. Still won't let me hold you. Very weird. You want my attention, but you don't want me to hold you. You just want me to pet you, huh? Alright. Well, if you want me to pet you, come back, and then I'll pet you. Dreepy, the lingering Pokemon. In the event, groups of Dreepy will fly at high speeds over the ocean and poke at Pokemon in the water for fun. That's a good one. Dracloak, the caretaker Pokemon. This Pokemon flies around at over 120 miles an hour. If a Dracloak is defeated in battle, its Dreepy will wander off without a second thought. That's so sad. Dragapult, the stealth Pokemon. Dragapult can make its whole body transparent by clearing its mind and focusing. Even the Dreepy and Dragapult's horns become invisible. Those are horns? Sure. Glimmet, the ore Pokemon. It absorbs nutrients from the cave walls. The petals it wears are made of crystallized poison. Glimmora, the ore Pokemon. When this Pokemon detects danger, it will open up its crystalline petals and fire beams from its conical body. Oh, we're definitely in the wrong form here. Rotom, Plasma Pokemon. Its electricity-like body can enter some kinds of machines and take control in order to make mischief. Like the Rotom. The lawnmower one is one of the household appliances that led to the development of the Rotom Dex. Fan Rotom. This Rotom has entered an electric fan. It smirks with satisfaction over a prank well pulled after it blows away everything around. Frost Rotom. This Rotom enters a refrigerator. It leaps around gleefully after it uses cold air to freeze the area around it. Wash Rotom. This Rotom has entered a washing machine. It nods with satisfaction after it floods the surrounding area. And Heat Rotom. If the convection microwave oven is not working properly, then the Rotom inhabiting it will become lethargic. Oh, wrong. And that's it. Okay. Graveyard. Ghost Dog Pokemon. It is said that a dog Pokemon that died in the wild without ever interacting with a human was reborn as this Pokemon. Houndstone. Houndstone spends most of his life sleeping in graveyards. Among all the dog Pokemon, this one is most loyal to its master. Wow, it's huge. It's 6'7", but it only weighs 33 pounds. I mean, I get that it's a ghost, but still. Oranguru, the sage Pokemon. People used to mistake Oranguru for a human when they saw it issue command after command to the other Pokemon in the forest. I kind of wish it just sat down again. Don't stand up. Go back down. Hessimian, teamwork Pokemon. This Pokemon battles by throwing hard berries. It won't obey a trainer who throws Pokeballs without skill. Oh, wait, forgot. Japan. Kamala, the drowsing Pokemon. Kamala spends its entire life sleeping. It feeds on leaves that contain a potent poison only Kamala can break down. You mean eucalyptus? My son! Larvitar rock skin Pokemon. Born deep underground, this Pokemon becomes a pupa after eating enough dirt to make a mountain. I love the whole line. It's so good. I'm still very, very salty about losing my shiny Pupitar, but oh well. Pupitar, the hard shell Pokemon. This pupa flies around wildly by venting with great force the gas pressurized inside its body. Tyranitar, armor Pokemon. Extremely strong and can change the landscape. It is so insolent that it doesn't care about others. That sounds about right. Stonejourner, this big rock Pokemon. The elemental composition of the rocks that form its body were found to match the bedrock of a land far away from this Pokemon's habitat. Wow, this thing is 1,100 pounds? Fat ass. Eskew, penguin Pokemon, Ice Face. On hot days, these Pokemon press their ice cube heads together and pass the time cooling each other down. Noise Face. I know it's no ice, but it just sounds better. Noise. The ice that was covering the Eskew's face has shattered. Eskew emits cold air from the tip of its hair to produce its head, which is sensitive to heat. I mean to protect, not produce. That's adorable. Pincurchin, sea urchin Pokemon. This Pokemon generates electricity when it digests food. It uses its 5 hard teeth to scrape seaweed off surfaces and eat. Sandygast, sand heap Pokemon. If it loses its shovel, it will stick something else like a branch in its head to make do until it finds another shovel. Palossand, sandcastle Pokemon. The terrifying Palossand drags smaller Pokemon into its sandy body. Once its victims are trapped, it drains them of their vitality. Wow, okay. You're horrifying, actually. You're also 550 pounds, jeez. Slowpoke, the dopey Pokemon, is incredibly slow and dopey. It takes 5 seconds for it to feel pain when under attack. Alright. Slowbro, the hermit crab Pokemon. When a Slowpoke went hunting in the sea, its tail was bitten by a shelter. That made it evolve into a Slowbro. Slowking, the royal Pokemon. When its head was bitten, toxins entered Slowpoke's head and unlocked an extraordinary power. Hi. Hello again. Hi. You're so cute. What's up, bud? Hi. Shellos, the West Sea. Oh, sorry. Sea slug Pokemon, West Sea. It used to have a shell on its back long ago. The species is closely related to Pokemon like Shelder. Shellos, East Sea. A recently published research paper states that this form of Shellos is gradually decreasing in number. No, this is the cooler Shellos. Don't get rid of this one. Gastrodon, sea slug Pokemon, West Sea. Its whole body is sticky with mucus. In the past, this form of Gastrodon was by far the more numerous one. East Sea. They normally inhabit rocky seashores, but in the time of continuous rain, they can sometimes be found in the mountains far from the sea. Hello. I was petting you. You're coming here now, huh? Alright, well, we're gonna try this. No, see, the second I try and put this down, you won't even let me. But I can pet your face. That's all you want, huh? You want... Okay, fine. My hand is gonna be here now, I guess, for the rest of the time. Oh, Japanese Shellet. Bivalve Pokemon. It is encased in a shell that is harder than diamond. Inside, however, it is surprisingly tender. How would you know that unless you're eating it? You monster! Cloyster, the bivalve Pokemon. Cloyster that lives in the sea with harsh tidal currents grow large, sharp spikes on their shells. Quillfish, balloon Pokemon. Be cautious if this Pokemon starts sucking in water. It will soon attack by scattering the toxic spikes that grow all over its body. Oh, what a dickhead. Love Disc, the rendezvous Pokemon. Its heart-shaped body makes it popular. In some places, you would give a Love Disc to someone you love. I still think this thing should evolve into a Lomomola, but whatever. What time is it? Oh, okay. Finian, wingfish Pokemon. The line running down its side can store sunlight. It shines vividly at night. Lumineon, neon Pokemon. With its shining light, it lures its prey close. However, the light also happens to attract ferocious fish Pokemon, its natural predators. Bruxious, the horrible-looking Pokemon. Gnash teeth Pokemon. It grinds its teeth with great force to stimulate its brain. It fires the psychic energy created by this process from the protuberance on its head. Nice. Alomomola, carrying Pokemon. Oh, you're back again? Hello. Hi. You're so good. No. Hi. It gently holds injured and weak Pokemon in its fins. Its special membrane heals their wounds. Hey, bud. What's up? You want to... I don't know what you want. Okay. Skrelp, mock kelp Pokemon. Skrelp evades its enemies by hiding amid drifting seaweed. It eats rotten seaweed to create its poison. Skrelp was another one of those Pokemon that I saw and I'm like, this looks so good. I love it. And then I saw Dragalge and I was like, damn, that thing is even cooler. I do really like Dragalge. It's slow as shit, but it's such a cool looking Pokemon. Hey, bud. Dragalge, the mock kelp Pokemon. Using a liquid poison, Dragalge indiscriminately attacks anything that wanders into its territory. This poison can corrode the underside of boats. Haha! I got you this time. You can't fight me. I'm sure you don't want to, but hello. Hello. Hi. You're being so good. You're being a little bit of a pain, but you are still being good. You know? I'm almost done, bud. We're at 338 of 400. Well, I'm sure there's more forms. I forgot. Okay. Can I get back? Oh, you're purring. Okay, you're happy. I was gonna say, can I get back to this now? But, let's see. I might be able to do this holding you. Yes, I can. Clauncher, the water gun Pokemon. This Pokemon launches water by detonating gas inside its right claw. It snipes flying Pokemon. That's actually pretty cool. Clawitzer, the howitzer Pokemon. Clawitzer can move through the water at speeds of 60 knots by using gas inside its body to expel water from the back of its claw. What's wrong, bud? You okay? Oh, now you want to get down? Okay. I guess you don't want to listen to me read. Or do you want my attention? I am so confused what you want. You're back again. Yes, hello, I see you. As everyone else can. You're very needy today. Yes, you are. Hi. Hi. Hello. So do you want me to hold you or no? No, you don't. I can't. How do you know? He's psychic. Tynamo, the Elefish Pokemon. While one alone doesn't have much power, a chain of many Tynamo can be as powerful as lightning. Tynamo is another one of those Pokemon that I really like the evolution line. I don't know. I just thought it was a cool Pokemon and all designs with it. Electric, the Elefish Pokemon. They coil around foes and shock them with electricity generating organs. And that seems simply to be circular patterns. What's up, bud? More pets? More pets. Okay. Electros. They crawl out of the ocean using their arms. They will attack prey on shore and immediately drag into the ocean. That's horrifying. Love it. Marini, brutal star Pokemon. This Pokemon wanders the seaside looking for food. It often gets electric shocks from broken pincurchin spines that it tries to eat. What a smart Pokemon. Toxapex, brutal star Pokemon. This Pokemon lives with a dome made by its own legs. Toxapex monitors its surroundings by sensing the flow of the tide through its spikes. Flamigo, the synchronized Pokemon. I guess they all do the same thing. This Pokemon apparently ties the back of its neck into a knot so that the energy stored in its belly does not escape from its beak. What? Weird. Okay. Dratini, the dragon Pokemon. It sheds many layers of skin as it grows larger. During this process, it is protected by a rapid waterfall. Dragonair, the dragon Pokemon. They say that if it emits an aura from its whole body, the weather will begin to change instantly. Dragonite, the dragon Pokemon. It's said that somewhere in the ocean lies an island where these gather. Only they will live there. I don't know about an island, but I found a cliff that has like a ton of Dragonites on it. It was kind of creepy. It was cool though. Snom, Japanese. Worm Pokemon. It eats snow that has accumulated on the ground. It prefers soft, fresh fallen snow, so it will eat its way up the mountain, aiming for the peak. Frostmoth, Japanese. Frostmoth Pokemon. Frostmoth senses air currents with its antenna. It sends its scales drifting on frigid air, making them fall like snow. Snover, the frost tree Pokemon. During cold seasons, it migrates to the mountain's lower reaches. It returns to the snow-covered summit in the spring. Fomasnow, the frost tree Pokemon. It lives a quiet life on mountains that are perpetually covered in snow. It hides itself by whipping up blizzards. Delibird, the delivery Pokemon. It carries food all day long. There are tales about lost people who were saved by the food it had. Nice. Cubchoo, the chill Pokemon. Many of this species can be found along the shorelines of cold regions. If a Cubchoo lacks dangling snot, there's a chance it is sick. I still think it's kind of adorable. It's kind of gross when you think about it, but it is adorable that they gave it just like hanging snot. And then Beartic. It's a ferocious carnivorous Pokemon. Once it captures its prey, it will breathe cold air onto the prey to freeze and preserve it. Look at that. Pretty smart. Damn, this thing's 8'6". Snorunt. Snow Hat Pokemon. It's said that several Snorunt gather under giant leaves and live together in harmony. I still love Snorunt, Glalie, and Frostlass to this day. They're such good designs. Glalie, Face Pokemon. Its prey is instantaneously frozen stiff by the cold air it exhales from its huge mouth. Sorry. While they're in that frozen state, it gobbles them up. Nom 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 nom. Frostlass, Snowland Pokemon. When it finds humans or Pokemon it likes, it freezes them and takes them to a chilly den, where they become decorations. Wow, creepy. Cryogonal, the crystallizing Pokemon. Cryogonal appear during cold seasons. It is said that people and Pokemon who die on snowy mountains are reborn into this Pokemon. And they get turned into a snowflake? That kind of sucks. Sea Toddle, Terra Whale Pokemon. This species left the ocean and began living on land a very long time ago. It seems to be closely related to Whalmer. I guess so. I can't get over the fact that it's just a walking whale. And this thing is 14 feet tall? Holy shit. This Pokemon wanders around snowy, icy areas. It protects its body with powerful muscles, and thick layer of fat under its skin. Bergmite. What's up, bud? What are you looking at? Oh, are you okay? Did you get a hairball? Uh-oh. Hold on. You okay, bud? Is this a hairball? You've never gotten a hairball before. I hope it's a hairball. Go get some water, bud. Yes, it's a hairball. Huh. You've never had a hairball. You okay, bud? Go get some water. Damn it. Hold on. I don't want to leave him like this. Oh, you okay? No, still not okay. You good? Nope, still going. You good? Nope. Damn it. Crap. I mean, I can't really make him stop, so... Or I can't really help him. I can't really unchoke him. Well, sorry for that noise. It's gonna be in the background for the rest of the time until he coughs it up. Bergmite, the ice chunk Pokemon. They live in mountainous regions of frigid cold. On rare occasions, they ride on the back of an Avalugg to cross seas and move to new lands. Avalugg, the iceberg Pokemon. The table! As Avalugg walks along with Bergmites on its back, it comes across pods of Sea Titan. It lets them pass to avoid conflict. Are you done? Are you good? You're good, bud, right? You didn't cough anything up, though. You good? You're okay, right? Bud, come here. You good? Okay. Nope, and you're going under my bed. Okay, I guess he's okay. I guess he's just a little frightened. He's never done that, so he's shedding a lot this year. Oh well. Anyway, Rufflet, the eaglet Pokemon. They pick fights indiscriminately. They grow stronger and more powerful each time they faint or are injured. Oh my god, they're the Super Saiyans of this world. No, they're just Saiyans, sorry. Braviary, the valiant Pokemon. The more scars they have, the more respect these brave soldiers of the sky get from their peers. I like his shiny too, the opposite blue and red. It's a nice touch. Pawniard, the sharp blade Pokemon. Pawniard will fiercely challenge even powerful foes in a pinch. It will cling to opponents and pierce them with the blades all over its body. Also has a good shiny, being just blue instead of red. Bisharp, the sword blade Pokemon. This Pokemon commands a group of several Pawniard. Groups that are defeated in territorial disputes are absorbed by the winning side. King Gambit. Only a Bisharp that stands above all the others in its vast army can evolve into King Gambit. Still, also, how the hell would you figure that out? That's how it evolves, but whatever. You know, Spanish, Europe, whatever. The irate Pokemon. It can't see, so its first approach to examining things is to bite them. You will be covered in wounds until a Dino starts to warm up to you. Zweilous, the hostile Pokemon. The two heads do not get along at all. If you don't give each head the same amount of attention, they'll begin fighting out of jealousy. Hydreigon, the brutal Pokemon. Only the central head has a brain. It's very intelligent, but it thinks only of destruction. Veluza, the jettison Pokemon. When Veluza discards unnecessary flesh, its mind becomes honed, and its psychic powers increases. The spare flesh in its mind, but delicious flavor. I feel like it's a missed opportunity to make this a water steel type, but I guess they wanted water psychic again. I don't know. I feel like this should have been. It looks like a steel type, but oh well. Dodonzo, big catfish Pokemon. Hey bud, you feeling okay? This Pokemon is a glutton, but it's bad at getting food. It teams up with Tatsugiri to catch prey. Tatsugiri. Oh, they're not colors, they're names? Mimicry Pokemon. Stretchy form. Bird Pokemon are its main prey. This Pokemon knows it's weak, so it hunts with a partner. Droopy form. The species' different colors and patterns are apparently the result of Tatsugiri changing itself to suit the preferences of the prey it lures in. Curly form. This is a small dragon Pokemon. It lives inside the mouth of Dodonzo to protect itself from enemies on the outside. I thought they were colors. I honestly never read that. Paradox Pokemon. Great Tusk. Sightings of this Pokemon have occurred in recent years. The name Great Tusk was taken from a creature listed in a certain book. Screamtail, the Paradox Pokemon. There has been only one reported sighting of this Pokemon. It resembles a mysterious creature depicted in an old expedition journal. Brute Bonnet, Paradox Pokemon. It is possible that the creature is listed as Brute Bonnet in a certain book could actually be this Pokemon. I gotta say, of all the Paradox Pokemon, I think this is the stupidest one. I think it's really dumb, but oh well. Fluttermane, the Paradox Pokemon. This Pokemon has a characteristic similar to those of Fluttermane, a creature mentioned in a certain book. Slitherwing, Paradox Pokemon. This mysterious Pokemon has some similarities to a creature in the old book introduced Slitherwing. I really think, again, they missed another opportunity to make this, I don't know, a bug dragon or something instead of bug fighting. Like, I don't know. I feel like the typings in this game are a little odd. Sandy Shocks, another example of a weird typing. No record exists of this Pokemon being caught. Data is lacking, but the Pokemon traits match up with the creature shown in an exposition journal. Iron Treads, Paradox Pokemon. Pokemon closely resembles a scientific weapon that a paranormal magazine claimed was sent to this planet by aliens. Oh, wait a minute. I forgot. How could I forget to do that? I forgot to do Chinese. Iron Bundle. Its shape is similar to a robotic featured in a paranormal magazine article. The robot was said to have been created by an ancient civilization. Chinese. Iron Hands. It's very similar to a cyborg covered exclusively by a paranormal magazine. Cyborg was said to be a modified form of a certain athlete. But who could it be? Iron Jugulus. It resembles a certain Pokemon introduced in a paranormal magazine, described as the offspring of a Hydreigon that fell in love with a robot. Weird, but okay. Iron Moth. I actually really like this one too. Fire Poison. This Pokemon resembles an unknown object described in a paranormal magazine as a UFO sent to observe humanity. Iron Thorns. It has some similarities to a Pokemon introduced in a dubious magazine as a Tyranitar from 1 billion years in the future. Rock Electric is a very strange typing for this thing, but alright, sure. Frigibax, Ice Fin Pokemon. Frigibax absorbs heat through its dorsal fin and converts the heat into ice energy. The higher the temperature, the more energy Frigibax stores. Arctibax, Ice Fin Pokemon. Arctibax freezes the air around it, protecting its face with an ice mask, and turns its dorsal fin into a blade of ice. Baxcalibur! This Pokemon blasts cryogenic air out from its mouth. The air can instantly freeze even liquid to hot lava. That's kind of cool. Gimmighoul, chest form. Coin chest Pokemon. This Pokemon was born inside a treasure chest about 1,500 years ago. It sucks the life force out of scoundrels who try to steal a Pokemon. Treasure, not the Pokemon. Wow, that wasn't even close. Goldengo. Coin entity Pokemon. Its body seems to be made up of 1,000 coins. This Pokemon gets along well with others and is quick to make friends with anybody. Wo-Chien, the ruinous Pokemon. The grudge of a person punished for writing the king's evil deeds upon wooden tablets has clad itself in dead leaves to become a Pokemon. Nice. Chien-Pao, ruinous Pokemon. This Pokemon can control 100 tons of fallen snow. It plays around innocently by leaping in and out of avalanches it just caused. The dick. Ting-Lu. The fear poured into an ancient ritual vessel has clad itself in rocks and dirt to become a Pokemon. I'm sorry, I think Ting-Lu is the worst one of all of them. It's not even close. Like, looking wise. Oh, holy crap, this thing's 8'10" and weighs 1,500 pounds. Damn. Then you got Chi-Yu. It controls flames burning at over 5,400 degrees Fahrenheit. It casually swims through the sea of lava it creates by melting rock and sand. Damn. Roaring Moon, Paradox Pokemon. It's possible that this is the creature listed as Roaring Moon in an expedition journal that still holds many mysteries. Hey, Chinese. Iron Valiant, Paradox Pokemon. It is some similarities to a mad scientist invention covered in a paranormal magazine. Koraidon, Apex build. This seems to be the Winged King mentioned in an old expedition journal. It was said to have split the land with its bare fist. Miraidon, Ultimate Mode. Much remains unknown about this creature. It resembles Cyclizar, but is far more ruthless and powerful. And that's it. That is all 400 Pokédex entries in this game. I am short 2, and technically there's a couple other random Pokemon I can still get, but they don't have Pokédex entries. So, I know this was a weird one. I didn't really do much gameplay. However, as I said before, I wanted to make sure I actually went through the Pokédex, because that's what I was doing throughout the rest of the playthrough. And I wanted to kind of give it a send-off, if that makes sense. So like I said, this is going to be the last one. Maybe if I do a shiny stream, whatever, but this is the last one in terms of me kind of collecting things on screen. So yeah. I very much enjoyed this game, even though it looked like it was from PS2. And I can't wait to see what the DLC is for this, because I'm assuming, I don't see how they wouldn't do this. But this whole area over here has to be the DLC for whatever it is. So whenever that comes in, I will definitely be getting that. And then I'll play it again. But other than that, I'm pretty much done. I've collected just about everything you can in this game for what I was trying to collect. And if I had to say anything, this game is, I'd give it like a 7 out of 10. I mean, the game itself is a lot of fun, but there's just too many problems with it for it to get much better than that. But yeah, I definitely enjoyed myself, and I can't wait for the next one. I should be streaming tomorrow, and tomorrow I believe I'll be going back to Kingdom Hearts. I have to double check though. Maybe I'll just take like an easy day, but I don't know. I'm going to see whatever I decide. Either way, I'll have it set up for tomorrow and we'll get started. Alright? Thank you very much. I appreciate you coming. Have a good night. I'll see you next time. Bye.